stupid conspiracy theories all over the place, and they were absolutely out in full force in the response to Matthew Perry's death. Now, he died in the hot tub at his house. The guy's been struggling with addiction for a long time. Something happened. They said he wasn't actually in the water for all that long before they found him.
Which makes it even more sad. Like, who's the one that's repeating to themselves, if only I'd come home or checked on him moments before?
And you know what? I thought this was kind of messed up. TMZ's article about this morning, about Matthew Perry, said if the assistant would arrive just a few minutes earlier.
Said it?
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell? Why are you doing this? It's not their fault that this happened. I mean, this is just a freak accident kind of thing, and we really don't know what led to all of this. But Matthew Perry has all these stupid conspirators coming after him after he's died here. Here's an example of what I'm talking about and just how stupid this gets.
Something is not adding up with Matthew Perry's death. As you all know, Matthew Perry was found drowned in his jacuzzi at his home in Los Angeles.
Right.
Days leading up to his death, he was posting cryptic messages on his Instagram in reference to Batman. Starting on October 17th, Matthew Perry posted this video of a cinema room. Every wall was covered with Batman.
If I die, don't go through my Instagram post and look for some sort of puzzle that I've left behind.
I'm going to do it.
Don't do it. You're going to be like...
Do it right now. Like, later on, just present it as if Sean had just mysteriously passed away, and then what his Instagram will tell us.
I shall build my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, these photos of Lady the dog show me that he was trying to get across the... he's playing on Instagram. He's posting things that he's having fun with. He's calling himself Matman. It's not some big line of clues.
And he points up to the corner of the room, and there's a bat signal up there.
My God.
The next post, he posts a bat out in the water where it says, "Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman." So he's referring to himself as Matman.
Oh, my God.
Batman.
Pretty
he
funny.
has something that says Batman plays pickleball.
Maybe because he's screwing around and he plays pickleball, but not because
Batman plays pickleball.
Oh, this idiot, this absolute moron. These losers is what they are. They're grifters. After somebody famous dies, they're like, how can I make some money off of this?
Is he getting at that Matthew Perry was a real-life Batman and he was drowned by the Joker?
Yeah, I don't even know where he's getting. Watch the arc of this, because he doesn't know where he's getting.
It was announced that he played a 2-hour pickleball match right before he died.
Oh, my God.
Now, there's one post that's very bizarre where it's somebody, it's not Matthew Perry's hand. I don't believe it's Matthew Perry's hand, but it's somebody's hand dropping 3 cranberries on a table.
All right, okay, so
this is a deep dive. Like, it's really hurting my brain.
Watch where it goes with this. There was a video of him dropping, or somebody dropping 3 cranberries on a table. Watch where this idiot goes with it.
And Matthew Perry says, "This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matman." People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan.
First of all, you dumbass. First of all, people are speculating. You are the people. You are the person. People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries band. And my God, the insanity with these people.
It's true if you say it.
And then he died, and you know what else is dead? Zombies. And what did the Cranberries sing? Zombie.
It all comes together. Look, now we understand the conspiracy.
She was found dead from drowning as well. And then he goes on to post a picture of a jack-o'-lantern with the Batman
I cannot listen to this anymore.
Into it,
it's
saying,
so dumb.
"Do you know what I mean?" And after this, he posts a video of the moon. And all it says is, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman." And in his 83rd and final post, it shows Matthew Perry in the jacuzzi where he drowned. He says, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Matman." In this photo, you can clearly see that he's highlighting the moon, which is behind him as well.
Ooh,
yes, he's in control of the moon.
He keeps going further and further into the abiss. Willy Wonka's hat just fell off in the studio.
It's fine. It only just almost broke my nose.
So dumb. All of this stuff is so dumb. You're grifters. You're losers. Find something better to do with your time. There is nothing about this that is interesting or worth anybody's time viewing. I don't know why people
Damn
even
right.
watch it.
Shake and bake, baby.
I feel ridiculous yelling in a Ricky Bobby costume, but here we are. Also want to get into a whole bunch of other stuff today, and we got some updates on stories we've been following, of course, but you should join us on this lovely Halloween show and get spooky with us. All you have to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. Can they hear us now? I think maybe.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Are we? Either that or some of were getting clever earlier and listening on iHeartRadio and trying to match it up to.
Oh, good on you guys.
Good for being resourceful. Really?
Yeah, I fixed it, you guys.
Oh,
hey,
nice.
I
good
didn't.
job.
No, Frank did, and thank you, Frank. But
Okay,
I texted
good. Thank
Frank.
you. Thank you, Frank, for helping us out with that. We're all good. Everybody, we're good on the chat? Yes. Okay. There we go. eFresh Rock says, was Josh growing his hair out for a long preparation for this costume? It looks fantastic.
Yes, this is the culmination of a year with no haircuts.
Yeah, it was just waiting for this moment right here. This was all that it was for. Okay, when we come back, we're going to get to a story about something that has changed for the worst, and it's going to affect every single one of us. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You might not have many friends, but we definitely don't. So, hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We have a crash blocking the left shoulder eastbound I-4 approaching State Road 536 and a slow go in that area anyway. Accident with injuries and blockage Dean Road at 408. Still have that on-ramp left lane to westbound 408 block with FHP there. Accident blocking the right lane, the beach line eastbound after Dallas Boulevard. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa has pizza. Wawa has pizza. It's freshly made, tastes great, and you can get it late. Right now, there's a $0 delivery fee when you order Wawa Pizza at Wawa.com or on the Wawa app. Gotta have a Wawa.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Cool's right here, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Cool today.
For 60 years, our team of air conditioning experts has been here to help you with all your AC needs. Right now, get up to a $2,000 tax credit with the purchase of qualifying new equipment.
Cool's right here, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Cool today.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single pane aluminum frame windows and get you double insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at faswd.com.
Jesse Kelly here. Do you feel protected? My personal protection plan is owning gold. The Oxford Gold Group helps you buy gold to have on hand or convert it into your 401k. If things get weird, I have gold on hand. I like that. You can buy coins or convert part of your 401k with the Oxford Gold Group. It's easy and safe. 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. 833-995-GOLD.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Support Pink at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. For breast cancer awareness, we're donating $25 for every new Nissan sold this month. Plus, buy today and pay 6 months later. And 0% APR financing is here for a limited time. At Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
Once you get your hot stuff freshly grilled right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to calling your friend on their home phone.
Hello, McDougal residence.
Hi, can Jerry come to Jersey Mike's?
Jerry! May I ask who's calling?
It's Danny.
It's Donnie! Pick up the phone! Yoo-hoo!
You know what? I'll call him when the cell phone gets invented. Nope. There's no going back once you get it freshly grilled. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, any member FDIC.
In 1800, Elma Sands is murdered, and her accused lover hires Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr as his defense. Through flashbacks and recreated testimony, Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands, True Story podcast, explores how this case impacted the sexist roots of today's justice system.
Can we make this simpler?
I don't need anything simplified, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you.
Listen to Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. WIN. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Join us on this spooky day, and you can send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's very easy to do on your phone or your laptop. Anything with a microphone will allow you to join the show with your comments and thoughts. So do that, please. But first, I'm going to share something absolutely amazing with you, and I'll put this up on See It Now so you can see the visual of it, but it is wild. And this happened in Canada. Our friends up in Canada got to experience this, and there was a collision on the Trans-Canada Highway east of Vancouver. And did you see any of this? Did you see anything about this story?
I did not. I'm excited.
No. You would probably know, I think, if you had seen this already. There was a semi-trailer traveling eastbound, and it collided with a pickup truck, right? The pickup truck had a trailer on the back of it. And in the trailer on the back of it, well, I think you'll see what happened after this accident occurred, and you'll find out what the payload on this pickup truck was, because here's how it went down.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot of fireworks going off. Woo! It's the most beautiful accident I've ever seen in my life.
And expensive.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of money worth of fireworks.
It does look cool.
So from the accident itself, it caused an explosion that led to this whole thing going off. And it says The crash, which happened around 10 p.m., caused the fireworks to go off, and they went off for about 30 minutes, just like that. It's quite the display. Yeah, and somebody's expecting a fireworks delivery that ain't going to be getting it.
Everyone gets sparklers.
My God, it's kind of beautiful, though, to witness that.
When it's something like that, absolutely beautiful. And then you see other accidents that, like, they don't go up, they just go at people. Like there was that one, was it last year? And I ended up like killing somebody or maybe a couple people. And it's like fireworks are cool until they're not at all. And you're on fire.
Thankfully, everybody was out of the way for this one. Thankfully, nobody was harmed or like it definitely didn't die as a result of the explosions or the fireworks going off. But it was something else. They said you could see it from miles and miles away. Meanwhile, we got to talk about something. So I was thinking a bit about this yesterday, and nobody seems to be really up in arms about it just yet. Well, one of the institutions in this country, a place that I almost guarantee you have been to, you have spent money at this establishment, is just getting more and more and more expensive. And they are thriving right now as they take more and more of your money. And I looked in some of these locations, a Big Mac, all right, a Big Mac meal at McDonald's is now up to about $18, right?
No way.
For a Big Mac meal, that's the most
Like
expensive one.
At the place, like you were walking up to the counter and ordering at $18.
Yep, no DoorDash fees, none of that. $18 at McDonald's in Connecticut. They have risen the prices that high over there. And I saw another one where it was like a meal for two people, right? It's a Big Mac for each of you, fries for each of you, a drink for each of you, and 6 chicken nuggets for some weird reason. And the price was like $35 on that. And I thought, at this point, you could go to some restaurants if you're not drinking and get like a decent meal for $35 for two people at some places.
But can you get those nuggies?
I can't get the nugs. You got to pay more for them. It's just getting more and more expensive. And then they said, hold on, here's the story. They said McDonald's on Monday said their revenue was up 14% in the latest quarter. A surge, the burger giant said, was driven by strategic menu price increases. Well, thank you for that, McDonald's. The Golden Arches brought in a total of $6.69 billion in revenue for the quarter, beating their expectations of $6.5 billion. And they said in Darien, Connecticut, they charge as much as $18 for a Big Mac combo meal. In Times Square, it's about $14. And at every single location across the country, it is more expensive than it has been in previous years. It just gets pricier and pricier and pricier. And when you see, like, some people go, well, it's because minimum wage is going up for employees. Yes, that factors in, right? That's one thing. Some people go, well, the supply chain is things are more expensive, so gas is more expensive. The items to make the food is more expensive. It makes the burgers more expensive. Yeah, that does do something. But when they are making record revenue off of the price increases that they've thrown out, that right there is corporate greed, right? That's a company just going, let's make as much as we can, baby.
It's too far gone. Like, you can get these stories, you can get a lot of people riled up, but the amount of customers that are going in there every day, how many there are across the world, it'll never stop.
No.
Yeah.
They essentially are like, you can't live without us, so we're going to keep raising those prices, and you'll still show up.
How do you get the prices to go down? Once they've gone up, how do you get them to go down? It's very hard to do. Unless some new competitor comes out and they've got very cheap prices and they start taking audience share away. That's the only way you could do this. And when you see just like regular stuff that people would be eating going up and up and up. I remember when I was younger, back in my day.
Yeah, shake and bake.
My sister got a job at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And
yeah, brother.
So once a week, we would go to Kentucky Fried Chicken where my sister was working. Every single week, she was horrified that we would show up. And we would get the family meal, the bucket or whatever, where you got a bucket of chicken and you got biscuits and you got a couple of sides and 3 or 4 people could eat very easily off of that. And your family was good. It was about $12, $13 for the whole damn family to eat. Now that bucket of chicken is $40. And it's just like, my God. And some places are even worse. You go to like a Five Guys location, bring your credit card with you because that's how expensive some of these places are. And I don't know.
I do appreciate that Five Guys will, always ask for a regular fry. You're going to get a large amount.
Right.
Because they just pour it right in the bag. And I think they're the only ones close to being honest of how cheap it is for them to make the fries versus how much they charge.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hola.
I know what you're saying, but Arnott says people need to stop going there. He's talking about the McDonald's. We give these corporations power and can take it away. People aren't going to do that.
No.
It's not going to happen. People are going to keep going there, and they're going to go, man, we can make even more money if we make them $20 a piece.
These idiots.
Up and up and up and up we go. And it's so difficult for folks who are out there, you paycheck to paycheck, struggling on this stuff. It says McDonald's is loving the economy's difficult times, and I'm sure you've seen this stuff go up out there. So let us know what things are looking like from your perspective. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. We'll go over to some of those now. Let's see here. There's a lot of people talking about these Matthew Perry conspiracies, and these idiots who are putting these out there, looking so deeply into Instagram posts, and he dropped some cranberries in a short video, and the lead singer of the Cranberries died from drowning, and so oh my God.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's perfectly sane to think this. Here's Twink Lettitz with a dispatch.
Hello, junkies. Happy Halloween. Y'all look great.
Thank
Saturday,
you.
Sunday?
So about this Matthew Perry thing and finding things after he died, clues. I hope that happens with me. I think it'd be hilarious. I just hope I'm some kind of spirit that can be laughing at all the things you're coming up with, man. I hope Matthew Perry's laughing his ass off at all this stuff that people are coming up with, or this idiot anyway is coming up with. All right, thank you. Happy Halloween.
The thing that I hate, though, I can't get past this. Even if you say in the afterlife, if you were somehow able to watch these lunatics, you'd be like excited and think it was funny that they were coming up with conspiracies about your death. I don't like the grifter aspect, and the people are saying. When you hear reporting that says people are saying, ask them who the people are. Who are the people who are saying this?
Receipts, baby.
Yeah, when you're citing this, when you say, people are saying that Matthew Perry actually was involved in a suicidal cult with the lead singer of the Cranberries. Who are the people who are saying this besides you?
The people.
The people,
It's a Trump strategy.
You go back to the first person who said that, and he's saying the people who are saying this. The same thing is coming out of all these morons' mouths. Here's Insecure Walrus. Ooh, he's got lead on some mailbox money for us, I think.
All right.
You guys are always talking about that mailbox money from those class action suits. This morning I went to my mailbox and I had a check from the Zoom lawsuit.
Oh, Zoom?
65 whole dollars.
Nice.
Pretty good. Wasn't expecting that.
Thank you, Zoom. I hope I get one of those, too. I've had Zoom here for a while. Maybe I get some monies.
Same.
Here is Shelby Dawn. She says, I love my commute.
All right, I know this sounds like a super fangirl nerd moment, but I actually love my commute. It's actually only 20-25 minutes, but it's usually the only time other than making dinner that I get to listen to the News Junkies.
Aww.
So I'm not going to complain, just saying.
She also sent in a dispatch from her commute, a photo dispatch, and it's the truck in front of her that caught her attention with a pole dancing pole.
All right.
And it says,
no
fat chicks on
I love
this.
a good truck Halloween costume.
Yeah, really. When did we leap from truck nuts to this? How do we make that
truck
giant
nuts,
leap?
As soon as Halloween is over, that man's putting the truck nuts back on.
Back on? He might have some hidden behind there. It's a truck, a Toyota truck, and it's got a wood platform coming off the back of it, a stripper pole, and it says, no fat chicks.
Support single moms, brother.
Super classy stuff for everybody. Okay, we'll get to more of those. Actually, let's do one more real quick. I think we got time for this, as there's people chiming in about the cost of food. Here is Laureen with her dispatch.
Hey, guys. Happy Halloween.
Hey.
As far as fast food goes, and counter service places in general, we gave up on those a long time ago, especially at the theme parks. If I have to wait in line and pay just as much money as I would at a regular restaurant where I have somebody waiting on me and bringing me my food, I'm not going to pay that. That's
True.
That's a little outrageous. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Laureen. Look, don't get me wrong. I love a quarter pounder with cheese as much as the next guy. I just think if it's affordable for people, it's a better all-around thing for everybody. McDonald's doesn't seem to be hurting for money.
No.
It doesn't seem like a desperate situation in the finance department at McDonald's right now. But let us know what you think. Lots of people are joining in on the conversation. We want to hear from you. If you've been listening to the show for a long time, a little bit of time, either way, it's time for your voice to be heard. So go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, one of the craziest stories I've heard in a while, and this could have been so terrible. Something that happened right outside of an amusement park. The details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Happy Halloween, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. We have a beautiful day with mostly sunny skies and will be dry. Temperatures warming to the mid-80s inland and low 80s along our east coast. Weather looks great for trick-or-treaters. It's a not-so-spooky forecast. We will be dry with temperatures dipping into the 70s this evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick-and-mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Hey, if you're in law enforcement, maybe you're a firefighter or EMT, doctors, nurses, teachers, active duty military, and veterans, and you happen to be looking to upgrade your driving situation, Nations Trucks has got your back with their Hometown Heroes program. First off, with approved credit, you're making no payments for 90 days. Plus, you can finance your next truck for up to 75 months, and you're going to get a lower 48-month interest rate. So start saving money and start driving the truck that you deserve today. Check out the amazing selection of trucks at nationstrucks.com and tell them Celine from the News Junkie sent you.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
13 Days of Halloween Penance, Season 4 of the award-winning horror fiction podcast presented in immersive 3D audio.
If I am under arrest, you have to tell me what I'm charged with.
Starring Natalie Morales of Parks and Recreation and Dead to Me.
Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
How do you know?
I'm innocent.
Are any of us truly innocent?
Premiering October 19th, ending Halloween. Listen to 13 Days of Halloween on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at Hangry Bison in Winter Garden this Friday, November 3rd from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, let's start with a Stella.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Warning, if you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus. Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. This message is brought to you by Pfizer.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Real radio.
Incredibly close call at a theme park. Wait until you hear the details of this story. It's insane, and that's coming up in just a moment here. But first, there was very recently an earthquake in California, and I saw all sorts of people who were streaming and stuff at the time who you could see in the middle of the stream, everything starts rocking around in their room. And I guess it was pretty decent size, a 4.0 magnitude earthquake. But one of the stories stood out to me a little bit. I don't know if you guys caught this, but I wanted to share this anyways before we get into this theme park story. So this was from Fox 2 over in California in the Bay Area. And they were just given the regular details about the earthquake. And then somebody joined them for like a man on the street interview.
Bay Area tonight around 8:30 p.m. The USGS says a 2.9 magnitude quake struck near the town of Alum Rock. It's fair to say. Just hours earlier, a slightly stronger quake jolted the region. The USGS says that one was a 3.7 magnitude quake centered near Millbrae. SFO says they've inspected all of their runways. They have not found any damage, and so far no reports of any injuries. People all around the Bay Area, though,
we're going to the man on the street.
Shaking.
I was just slamming some Dollaritas up at the Applebee's and with my friends, and it was a big shake. It was only like a couple seconds, but it was real. Everyone stopped talking. Yeah, it was heavy. It was a big one.
I was just slamming some Dollaritas at the Applebee's.
This guy looks blacked out drunk. Let's interview him.
This guy, he said that he wandered out of the Applebee's and he saw the camera and he's like, "Let's go. I'm gonna talk to them." And they were like, "All right, we'll interview you about the earthquake." And he just starts talking about Dollaritas.
People all around the Bay Area, though, say they did feel quite a bit of shaking.
I was just slamming some Dollaritas up at the Applebee's and with my friends, and it was a big shake. It was only a couple seconds, but it was
hammered too.
Stopped talking.
Yeah,
he can't keep his eyes open. Yeah. That's the best promo for the Dollaritas they could ask for.
Dollaritas are dangerous.
Dollaritas.
That is a dangerous thing to get involved with. And we're going to go to you and your dispatches in a bit here, but first, a close call outside a theme park. And this is an insanely scary story. This was out of Denver, and I've never heard of this place. Maybe you guys have. Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park.
Oh, yeah, I love that place.
It's a theme park in the Denver area, and they had a very, very, very close call. They said a heavily armed man was found dead in a women's bathroom by a maintenance crew Saturday morning right before the park opened to the public, all right? They said he apparently had entered the theme park, while it was closed. He had an AR-style rifle, a semi-automatic handgun, and explosives with him. He was wearing body armor and tactical clothing, similar to what a police SWAT team member might wear, authorities said. They said there was a message written on the wall of the bathroom, and it says, "I am not a killer. I just wanted to get into the caves." I'm not sure what he's referring to there. But the thoughts are that either this guy, he's probably went there with intentions bigger than he's admitting in that message. But it looks like he got into the women's bathroom in the theme park. He was staged there to attack people at this place when it opened, and then had second thoughts about it and took his own life in the bathroom. And the maintenance worker found him there with all these weapons and bombs and all kinds of stuff.
How did he even get in?
I don't know. I don't know how you could do that. I thought they had a theme park like this security around the clock. Then again, we do see those YouTubers who will have videos where they sneak in and they get behind the scenes on the rides and stuff. And they tend to get in trouble for that too. But my God, that could have been really, really bad and deadly if this would have went another way. So thank God he took his own life. I hate to say that, but
I mean, in a roundabout morbid way, does that make him the hero of the story?
In some strange world, it does, because there could have been a lot of people who were killed if this was a full-on attack from this guy. Let's see what you got going on. And we got dispatches coming in today. We're welcoming yours, too, at thenewsjunkie.com. Just like this guy. Here's Concrete Mike with a dispatch about fireworks.
Happy today, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
So, talking about fireworks and explosions. I used to do big displays at my house every year for New Year's and 4th of July.
Nice.
I would set scaffolding on the roof of my house and launch mortars off of there.
Jesus.
We had a multi-stage show set up one year. I had coolers full of mortars, multiple, like 250 mortars. Had them staged up in 30 runs at a time. While I was reloading, my other buddy was on the other side of the roof launching off different stuff. One of the embers came down, landed in my cooler of mortars, and they exploded. The percussion blast blew my earmuffs off my head, knocked me to the roof, knocked me to the floor of the roof. I had burn patterns on my back and on my clothes from where a mortar hit me in my back and exploded.
My God.
Ended up catching my washer dryer room that was on the other side of the carport on fire, blew up part of my above ground swimming pool. My wife almost divorced me. It was a lot of fun. I got kicked out of that house because I was renting it. So, yeah.
Holy cow. Jeez. The same thing happened
I did it all
during
again the year afterwards.
a performance of Sabby's Little Helpers. A very similar thing happened. The explosion targeted one of the members of the band's BH, though. That's
so beautiful. And thank God for his fire retardant pants, because it is a 6-foot spark right where the sun don't shine, and he didn't notice until I pulled him away.
And he played right through it like a damn professional, man, and not even fazed by it.
Not me. I was hysterically laughing during the entire second verse.
Here's Lumpy Beaver talking about McDonald's being so expensive.
Happy Spook Day, junkies.
Hey.
Hey, about the McDonald's thing. You know, when they first came out, it was a hamburger, fries, and a drink, and change back from your dollar.
Mm-hmm.
That was their motto thing. But I do get all the price increases and everything else like that. There are a lot of things involved, but one of the major things involved is stockholders. I mean, they raise that revenue because, hey, I have stock in that company, and my stock has been up and rising. And, you know, that's great for me. Not so good if you're spending $18 for a Big Mac. But, yeah, I love the stock prices keeping going up. And that's what does it. That revenue drives stock prices.
You know what? That's the trick then. You have to keep going to McDonald's, spending an arm and a leg for your Big Mac meal, but then buy McDonald's stock. So you win when the stock goes up because they were charging so much.
Cashback rewards.
Yes, this is the greatest cashback program ever developed, I think. Yeah, I mean, everybody's looking at this from different angles and seeing how expensive everything is getting. But I just think it doesn't need to be this bad. And I got nothing against McDonald's. Look, I've been to McDonald's millions of times. But I'll also say this. They got a little thing that they're doing as of late. Only some locations, when you get your drink on your McDonald's cup, it says locally owned and operated. Really big. And
really?
I'm like, McDonald's is trying to seem like a small business.
We're mom and pop.
Just a mom and pop shop over here making some burgers for you. We're locally owned and operated, and it's okay, maybe, but is that really what people think when they hear that? I'm not sure. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for your dispatch. And this is a tough time of year for people who are Airbnb or Vrbo hosts, okay? Because they get a lot of folks who want to book their rental. And in this case, it was somebody with VRBO. I've never used this, but as far as I'm aware, it's very similar in every way to Airbnb.
Pretty much the same.
Have you used this before?
One time.
Okay. And this is a short-term rental thing where you could get it for a weekend or a week, you know, a handful of days. And this person was very mad with the arrangement that they had, because they say a short-term rental host says her guests damaged her house and the renters misled her so she wouldn't know they were planning a huge Halloween party. It's not just them having a good time. It's somebody else's expense, says Teresa Angelico. She is the person who was the renter. And not the renter, she was the the person who owned the place.
Rentee?
Rentee, renter, whatever it is.
I don't know.
She said she booked the two young guests, and she could see them enter her home on the doorbell camera. So everything's normal so far, no problems. And then she said she saw more people visiting and more people. She said they claimed that they were renting this place so they could see their father in the hospital with cancer. And she said, my parents died of cancer, so I was empathetic to this. It seems that wasn't the reason they really rented this place, because watching on her camera, she saw at least 100 more people coming up to the house.
Oh, okay.
So this is a big-ass Halloween party.
They were all there for the dad.
Yeah, all about the cancer.
A lot of cousins.
I was afraid something would happen in my yard because it was out of hand. And when she got back in her house, she found broken kitchen cabinets and a damaged door. Police had to be dispatched because there was a fight during the Halloween party. And there was somebody who had their phone stolen. It was chaos for them. And they said it's tougher for these folks to rent around this time of year, which makes sense. I could see that being an issue. I would probably think, what do you think the worst weekend renting out your Airbnb listing would be?
I feel like if you're in a popular spring break destination.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That Memorial Day.
That's true. That too. And true.
I believe it.
Well, anything tied to like a drinking holiday, right? That would be the spot. Maybe even New Year's Eve. Anything where the person could possibly be doing a big blowout bash like this.
But then why not start an Airbnb or a Vrbo that is like strictly intended for a party house?
Right.
And just be like, we got it all set up for you. Everything is covered in plastic.
Yeah, you're not going to get in trouble.
We hose
I'm not going to get in trouble. That would be smart. And then you've got to charge a lot more, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have an increased price because of you're offering something special that nobody else is. Abraham Dragonfriend on Twitch says, this is the risk you take when you rent on these sites. It is. Yeah, that's one of the problems. Courtney on YouTube says, you got to cover the Ring camera. Rookie mistake. If you do that, what happens?
They probably text you and yell at you for covering the Ring camera.
I would guess that's probably in like the terms of service somewhere that you can't cover up the camera because that's kind of important for them to be able to see what's going on and who's coming in and out. Sea Witch says, Bike Week in Daytona. One of our clients refuses to rent out her beach house during Bike Week or Biketoberfest. Both of those drawing in a crowd where things get a little bit crazier.
What's wrong with bikers?
Most of them are fine, I'm sure. I guess some of them not so much. And you want to keep those ones away if you can. Okay, we are going to go into more dispatches momentarily, but I did want to ask you guys a real simple question. All right, and you might have more of this coming up in the next episode. But did you see the story about Britney Spears on the police body cam? No, I'm not playing any audio or anything. I just want to ask one simple question about it. All right? Did you see this, though? You've seen this already.
I just pulled the story. I can't say that I've seen the actual footage just yet. I was about to edit it.
All right. When the police officer pulled her over, there was one thing that she said that had me kind of questioning things. She said when the cop goes up to her window, he looks in, he sees Britney Spears, and she says, sorry, I had to TT. That's what she said to the cop.
I've heard that before.
You've heard people say TT before?
Yeah, it's a Southern thing.
Is it? Because like PP.
And for babies.
We know that.
It's usually for babies.
You know, there's a million other ways I've heard people refer to going to the bathroom, but I had never heard that one. Maybe it is a regional thing that I hadn't caught on to, but she said, sorry, I had the TT. And maybe we might have some more of that footage for the next episode in a bit here.
That was pretty much the highlight of it.
That was it? You only wanted the TT part? Sorry, I ruined that for you, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you will be featured on the show, and also a 19-year-old will be featured on the show that is about the dumbest person that's been on the show in a very, very long time.
Challenge accepted, y'all.
I'll explain. Oh, we have more time, don't we?
Plenty more time.
Oh, my God, what am I doing here?
Well,
why do you yell at me?
I'm going to be right back.
Mm-hmm. No, wait, you don't go anywhere. We need your presence as Dora the Explorer on the show today.
Well, this is where Dora needs to go pick up something from the lobby. Hola.
All right. You got to run out there, though, with your backpack.
I'm going to look ridiculous. I have to give this person my ID.
Somebody said Sabrina's Dora the Explorer costume needs the D necklace. And it's like, no, look at she's got the S necklace because she's Sabrina. That's what she's doing.
So
with the costume there.
Dora doesn't start with S.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Dora Sora after a fun Halloween night.
And just an update for you, Josh has resigned to his top hat not working with his headphones.
I'll use it,
dude.
I'll use it here and there, but it's just like my head's big enough already.
Yeah, you still look like Willy Wonka. You're still pulling it off over there.
Thank you.
I think it came out great. Okay, quick break. Back in a moment. All that and more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
holiday magic.
It's just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Crash at Tuscaloosa Road affecting traffic both north and southbound right around Red Bug Lake Road. One on Lake Underhill Road at Chickasaw Trail with FHP on the scene. And an earlier crash that's still having some major implications now. 95 north and southbound right around State Road 100. The left lane is blocked northbound. The left shoulder is blocked southbound. And traffic is getting thicker. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This Halloween, let us trick you into treating yourself. Fort Fritz returns. An hour-long special gets spooky at 9 p.m. Halloween night on Real Radio 104.1.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverage is artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
At Target, your favorites are our favorites. And when you can save on your favorites too, yes please. This week only, get 20% off select breakfast essentials. That's 20% off all bagged and K-Cup coffee. Talk about essential. From brands like Good & Gather, Starbucks, and more. 20% off all cereal, like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, the list goes on. And 20% off Tropicana and Simply Orange Juice too. But these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. WIN. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
we're talking about, and this is just one of those things that's so tragic. The former NHL player who was playing over on an England hockey team, and they said the guy had another player's skate go across his throat, and he died. Like, the guy actually died.
Yeah.
And we had brought this up. The cops are actually investigating that now. Like, the police
What's
are...
to investigate, though? I mean,
They're going to investigate whether he did something that wasn't part of actual gameplay that put this person at more risk. So, like, say if there's no reason for him to flip his skate up in the air.
But someone had checked him, I thought. Like, somebody ran into him.
On the longer video, it looked like somebody hit this one hockey player, player A, and player A sort of started flipping around, and his skate went up in the air and then cut across the throat of this guy, Adam Johnson, who used to play in the NHL.
What a way to go.
So because this was a death, the police are actually investigating this, and they say our officers remain on the scene, carrying out inquiries, and our investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident remain ongoing. Hockey is a dangerous sport to play and even watch, man. I remember a story way back in the day where some woman was watching a hockey game, and the puck came off the ice and went into the audience and hit the lady in the face.
Yeesh.
And I mean, those things, if you've ever picked up a hockey puck, they're significant.
They're dense.
Yeah, they're dense. There's a lot to them. And you wing that thing at somebody's face, oof, you could do some damage. I think hockey's got to be up there with one of the more dangerous sports just because of the nature of those ice skates being as sharp as one of the dispatchers told us yesterday they are. Saying like they're razor sharp.
Do they need to be that sharp?
Surgical.
I don't know, but they made changes, and we were wondering if they were going to do this too. They said now they have made it a requirement that they start wearing a neck guard in this league, effective immediately.
Wow.
It said neck guards are going to be mandatory eventually, but there will be some supply issues. But when they get started, because everybody's have to get one at once, it's not acceptable for any player to lose their life while playing sport, they said. Our responsibility is not only to avert the recurrence of such a heartbreaking accident, but also to preemptively address other foreseeable incidents in the future. So neck guards for all the folks in that particular league.
Good idea.
Tucker says he committed manslaughter. I'm hearing a lot of people saying that. I think that might be too far with just what we have for video footage and evidence. But there was a player on television yesterday who was like, this guy's responsible. You know, he's the one who put his skate up in the air and his skate hit this other guy's throat. He's responsible for the death of this player. And of course that's right. But what are you implying by saying it? Like, obviously it was his skate that did it, but you can be responsible and then not guilty of a crime at the same time. And that's what I think the big question is there. It's just very, very sad for the family of this guy. He's a young dude too. And, you never think that's going to happen. So they made some changes in the league there. Okay, I have one of the most insane stories that I've read in a very, very long time. And you want to brace yourself for this one.
I'm bracing.
All right, brace over there, Willy Wonka, and brace back at HQ. Dora the Explorer. Get ready for it. This is a true story. It's from WPTV, and it is a weird ride. A 55-year-old Palm Beach County man on Monday was sentenced to 15 years in prison and 5.5 months, so 15 years and 5.5 months in prison, after a jury convicted him of the lesser charge of culpable negligence in the death of his friend who had suffered an overdose. So this is a not uncommon situation where somebody has a person with them and that person overdoses. And then when they overdose, I don't care if you're messed up or not, I don't care if you're worried about the cops coming to your house, you have to call 911. Right. You obviously have to give assistance to this person by, at the very least, calling 911.
Now, where does that come into play with, like, Good Samaritan or, you know, the opposite of it where, and I've heard it from attorneys in the past, like, some people are hesitant to give CPR because if something happens, you could be arrested or sued for negligence or something along those lines.
I wonder if it's because it's at your house or you're like in a dwelling together. Because if I'm on the street and I'm walking around and there's Josh and he's overdosed on the sidewalk again.
Here I am on the sidewalk again.
You did it again, man.
Classic me.
If I just walk by him, that gets into the Seinfeld territory of like, you didn't help somebody.
What's the deal?
But clearly this guy was culpable negligence that he didn't call 911. That's not what's wild about this story. I'm not there yet, okay?
Okay.
The
I'm
details,
about to be there.
Well, the details are so disturbing to me. They said on May 11th, Tad Colby Johnson was also found guilty of being a felon in possession of a firearm and abuse of a body instead of third-degree murder. And this is where things start to twist up a bit. They said on January 26, Walter Eichner contacted the Tequesta Police Department to report his daughter, Lacey Eichner, 35 years old, missing. So this guy goes, I don't know where my daughter is. I'm going to report her missing. She's got some drug issues. During their investigation, detectives utilized her vehicle's OnStar system and located her Chevrolet Equinox parked in front of an apartment building. They contacted Johnson in an apartment where they found the woman who had been staying there. They said she was laying at the foot of the bed. Blood was on and about her mouth, and her legs were parted, and she was partially covered with a blanket, the details said.
Oh, no.
This is something I've never heard in my life.
I am now bracing.
Yeah, this is where you brace. She had been in a state of decomposition. Medication bottles and condoms were nearby. They said Johnson told detectives that he had found her around 6 p.m. He told investigators she was breathing and he could feel her pulse. Instead of calling 911, you could stop right there. Like, she's breathing. You feel her pulse. She's alive. She has a chance to live, or to stay alive, I should say. Instead of calling 911, he phoned a friend who he said was a paramedic. So he calls his paramedic buddy.
Oh, okay.
Johnson was told to revive her. Again, I'm just telling you the details of the story. This isn't me coming up with this. I've never heard this before in my life.
How dare you make this up?
Johnson was told to revive her by inserting ice cubes into...
Yeah.
And the other side, both things. He's inserting ice cubes into her body, right? And to telephone 911. He did the ice thing, but he still didn't call 911. He goes to a gas station because this weirdo, this freak, this guy runs out of ice cubes.
He put that many ice cubes?
Yes. And he went to a gas station.
Unless he doesn't have an ice maker, then he has the tray.
I
It's
guess
only
not.
8.
And he's run out of all these. So he goes to the gas station. He goes to get ice cubes. He realizes he forgot his wallet. When he goes back to the apartment, she's no longer breathing.
Man?
She doesn't have a pulse. I feel like he did way more there than he even got charged with. I feel like.
I also think, did they prove that he talked to his paramedic friend?
It doesn't say anything more about it other than he said he talked to his friend who was a paramedic. Paramedics, let me know. Is this a thing that you've actually heard of?
I can tell you, I'm not a paramedic, and that's not a thing, man.
I've never heard that before in my life. I've heard things that you're supposed to do and hit him with Narcan. That's
literally anything but what he did.
Yeah, I've just never heard of anything like this before.
I mean, he clearly did something else to her, right?
Or
the
they were
condoms and the way that she was found.
Yes, I thought about that too, but I think that they were in some sort of sexual relationship prior to this, and maybe they had been doing that. I don't know, but they didn't charge him with that. Somebody says, please end this by telling us he's in jail. Yes, he's in jail. He'll be in jail for 15 years, 15 and a half years.
Wow.
Which doesn't seem like enough to me.
No, it doesn't.
Because in a way, I don't know if... He killed this woman, right? Like,
he had a chance to at least try to save her.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
It wasn't him who put the drugs in her body, right? But he
put something else there. How is that not sexually deviant?
It is. It absolutely is. And I just never, ever have heard that. And I wish they had more details about this supposed person who was, a paramedic and told him to do that as the advice.
Look at his call log. That has. I'm so surprised that this hasn't been investigated more. They're just like cut and dry. He's going to jail.
Hold on. I'm sure it has been. I didn't read the actual court documents. I'm sure they found out who he called. I'm sure that they found out more than that. But in the WPTV story, that's how they lined this up. Phil on YouTube says, this is the weirdest story I've heard in a long time. Yes, it is. Zephyr's Biker says, wow, this is odd. His friend gave him some perv advice. Or were the ice cubes to get rid of his DNA? I don't even know if that would work or if that would.
I don't think that would
seems dumb.
Yeah, all of it seems dumb. And it seems like the easiest thing in the world to do would have been just to call 911. That's not a difficult thing, and it would have saved a life. All right, let's go over to you. You got some thoughts. Here is, I told you it was weird. I told you to brace yourself.
I braced.
Segue.
I don't know that I braced enough.
Here's Square Slinger talking about the hockey player.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
On that hockey player being liable for the guy's death, I would think that everybody signs a waiver that before they even play that allows them, to not to be prosecuted. I mean, I'm sure if it's incredibly malicious, then I would assume, yes, he probably does possibly have some charges coming. But if it was just gameplay, I don't see how that could even work like that.
No, I can't. You can't do that. We've talked to Moses DeWitt, our attorney friend, and you can't sign a contract that allows you to commit crimes. So if you committed a crime by killing this guy with the ice skate, you can't say, well, you signed a waiver that said it could be dangerous out there.
Right here in my crime contract.
Yeah, it could say something about, like, the NHL might not be liable, but criminally, the other guy would be liable. And remember, this all happened in England, so different set of rules. Here's Tater Hog.
Happy Halloweeny, junkies. Hey, Josh, don't
Saturday,
forget about you for
Sunday.
tomorrow, buddy. Fritz on the street. Let's do this. I got the golden ticket. Get it?
On account of your Willy Wonka costume.
That makes me not want to pick you.
Yeah, true.
Put the hat on, and then you're Willy Wonka. Right now, you're just Wonka.
Yeah, I love how people on the chat are giving him advice like, put your headphones on upside down. Like he didn't try that first. That was
You think after 10 years in this business? No, I don't have earbuds.
No,
I have AirPods.
He's got the old-fashioned headphones, and it's just not in a one. It looks good, though. I mean,
sure, it's sitting there.
Is that actually a Willy Wonka costume, or did you piece that together out of stuff?
I believe technically for copyright purposes, it is Wacky Candy Factory.
I love that. Let's go to Bruce Traveler, who's got something for us.
To the person saying they wouldn't rent their beach house out during Bike Week or Biketober, well, you can't do that anyway because Daytona has a ban on short-term rentals for less than 6 months.
Oh, really?
Get 'em.
One of those places. A lot of places going against Airbnb and Verbo or whatever you call it. Mike Marks has a comment on the same topic.
Hey, News Junkies. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm okay.
Pinkman, good to hear on the radio, buddy.
Hello, thank you.
About the Airbnb thing, whatever damage is done to the house, the renter is reimbursed by Airbnb. So I know it's a risk, but it's covered, and it don't have to bother their insurance. Airbnb covers 100% of every damage. You guys have a good week. Take care.
Thank you, Mike Marks. Appreciate you. Appreciate the dispatch. Ignore the noises in the background. Apologize.
It's Halloween sounds.
Light work going on outside the studio right now, but that will end quickly, I promise you, as we take you into this commercial break. I'm going to talk right through it, all right? Hold on, I'll cover it with the fireworks from that car accident.
Oh, that's perfect. They do sound like little farts.
There we go. All right, now we're all set. Now we're ready for you. We want to celebrate this lovely day with you and your voice. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. We'll be gentle.
We don't
Just
bite.
send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we return, I'll get into that 19-year-old who's in big trouble.
Whoa,
and
let's rephrase that.
Whoa. All right. We'll get into the story of a 19-year-old who's in real trouble. I might have been in trouble. I might still be in trouble, actually.
Shake and bake, baby.
Back off of that one. We'll be back. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We have a crash in Orange County at State Road 46 at University Boulevard. Still have one working on I-4 eastbound right around State Road 536. And still heavy stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, and a minor crash in Seminole Tuscaloosa Road at Red Bug Lake Road. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa has pizza. Wawa has pizza. It's freshly made, tastes great, and you can get it late. Right now, there's a $0 delivery fee when you order Wawa Pizza at Wawa.com or on the Wawa app. Gotta have a Wawa.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
For 60 years, our team of expert electricians has been here to help you with all your energy needs. So there's no need to wait or worry when it comes to your electric. Right now, get $100 off any electrical service.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
When seasonal allergies and clogged sinuses make you miserable, you want fast relief. But recently there's confusion about which cold and allergy products work and which ones don't. In fact, oral phenylephrine, a drug found in many oral decongestants in the cold and allergy aisle, is currently being evaluated by the FDA because it may be ineffective. Luckily, there's a drug-free solution called Navage that for many provides on-the-spot relief. Navage is the natural way to relieve congestion by sucking out the allergens, germs, and mucus that can make you stuffy and miserable. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy. But more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril. Trust drug-free Navage so you can breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. One firm for life.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing to drink less or quit.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit, and medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text FINALLY to 323232 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word FINALLY to 323232 to get started today. That's FINALLY to 323232.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app?
Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Holiday Magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Real Radio 104.1.
Conversation grenade right now is so what do you think, Israel or Palestine? And I'm straight up seeing people who are good friends argue over this stuff on social media just in front of everybody and end up like, I don't know if we can hang out anymore, dude. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to be friends. It's really that poisonous. It's really people are losing their jobs over comments that they've made online. It's one of these stories that, they tell you in common conversation, you don't talk about what? Religion, politics, and
there's one other thing.
Yeah, those are the big ones, right?
Pit bulls.
Yeah, pit bulls, marijuana. Well, that one's easy, I think. It's just really, really bad and charged out there. And everybody thinks they haven't figured it out. Here's how simple it is. Here's who the bad guy is. And it's just very, very, very complex with so many moving parts. So you see people getting so heated and losing track of like, hey, you can calm down, relax, take a beat, and maybe take a break talking to each other, at least to stop fighting with each other. But you don't have to go nuclear on somebody because they disagree with you. Sean on YouTube says, I feel bad for both peoples. I don't understand how you could not feel that way. Right? Like, I don't understand how you could not feel that what happened with Hamas attacking these Jews in Israel and to other people who are not Jews in Israel and like 1,600 people being killed. Like, if you look at that and you don't feel bad for those people, you're a bad person, right? But if you look at the other side of things and you go like, those people don't matter, I don't feel bad for those people. It's like, they're human beings, right? So anybody who's going through times like that, I can't even say I feel for them enough. And I don't understand what it's like. Good God.
Thank God.
Yeah, how privileged am I to have grown up in a country where there's not bombs dropping and missiles rocketing at me every 5 seconds. Just the reality of life for both of these countries is tough. It's like in Israel, almost every house has a bomb shelter attached to it, like some room that they go in when the sirens go off. And in Palestine, half of the country is rubble right now. And Hamas utilizes these people and sets them up for even worse life, expectations. It's like, you can't just live in Palestine and go, well, I'm going to have a good life. I'm going to go after my dream, and I'm going to do this and that. It's impossible. And I hate all of that. And I hate the people arguing about it, too, but it's not going to stop anytime soon, I don't think. We want to hear what you think. Maybe you've ruined some relationships over that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch over there. There's a lot of these idiots on TikTok that start filming themselves, and they're doing a prank. And the pranks went from, let's pretend I'm a zombie in the streets of Miami.
Ooh.
I'm a clown with a baseball bat.
Yeah. I'm some sort of like danger is unfalling in front of these people.
One of my favorites was I don't know if it was Halloween, it had to have been around Halloween at least, where the two brothers picked up sister after she got her wisdom teeth removed.
Yeah.
And they plotted out an entire zombie apocalypse, like
oh, no.
with the fake radio announcement of it. Mom
they
calls,
went all the way,
and they're like, "We need to go inside, and it's either the dog or the cat. Which one do you want?" She's like, "The cat, obviously." Why are you giving me this grappler? I need a gun. It was chef's kiss.
They didn't give her a gun, did they?
No. They gave her one of those those long sticks that help you pick up trash on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He's like, what am I going to do with this?
It would have been a lot more edgy if they would have given her a gun at that point. You don't want to do that. But the prank videos, while slightly fun for a little while, turned into just videos of you assaulting people and thinking it's funny. Like this idiot who went to Japan. And in Japan, the culture is, generally speaking, that on public transit and stuff, they're incredibly respectful. You can go on a subway ride in Japan, anywhere. Oh, my God, they said it so many times now. I have to hit the button, right?
I was
Japan.
waiting for it.
You can go on a subway and ride from one place to another, and it's virtually silent. People are just very respectful. It's a big part of their culture. And these dumb Americans go over there and take advantage of this and just get really awkwardly close to a Japanese person to bother them, or like back into them, or start, twerking on somebody. It's like, what are you doing? And that has escalated pretty dramatically. iShowSpeed and some of the other streamers have made these kind of awkward confrontations much more popular. But this teenager, 19 years old, has gotten arrested for the prank video that they were filming. And in it, they donned a red hoodie and punched two men from behind in separate incidents. And they're like, look, there you go, prank video.
Cool prank, bro.
I randomly punched somebody in the head without saying anything to them and knocked them down on the ground. That's not a prank. That's an assault. That's you attacking somebody unprovoked. And they still post this online. And TikTok is, I don't know, I think they're kind of decent about taking those things down, but you still see it in your feed. You see somebody committing violence on somebody else.
There's so much, it's hard to get all of it.
Yeah, it's impossible when you have millions of people uploading every single day. That's a lot of content. Like, imagine doing moderation at YouTube. There's so many uploads all the time.
I'm surprised there's not an AI for that yet.
There is. They use AI, and they use all kinds of different algorithms and stuff to catch things automatically, which they often catch things that aren't actually in violation of the terms, and they let you challenge it. YouTube's pretty good about their whole content moderation side, and it's so much better than Facebook, which is god-awful bad, and it doesn't make any sense and doesn't work right. And barely any humans will get on the phone with you to talk to you about it. It's a personal experience there. But that 9-year-old has now been charged with assault for those videos. Butters said, my friend lives in Israel and has a funny story. It's a weird time for that. But let's see what he says.
I have a buddy that lives over in Israel. I met him on Xbox maybe 20 years ago, and we call him the Israel King. His real name's Omri. But I finally got in contact with him the past week, and he was just telling me his experience with everything and how normal everything is over there. So he was playing PlayStation 5, the new Spider-Man, and he had his headset on, and he felt vibrations, and he was wondering what any of that was, and he continued to play his game. And then he finally took his headset off and looked out his window, and he saw bombs in the distance and his house just shaking. He went back to playing Spider-Man.
I can't imagine being in that.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
It's true. It's a reality of your life, but I can't imagine just going, I guess some more bombs.
Oh, there goes the Iron Dome again.
We're so spoiled. We are so spoiled. Thankfully, we're spoiled, and we don't have to deal with that in the United States of America, at least not yet. And one more very quickly. Smackerel is sending in a dispatch.
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
Happy Halloween.
You too.
Speaking of documents, Sean, have you gone over your documents that you got from the police department?
It's a long read. It's a long read.
And if so, what day was it? I'll go back and listen to the podcast because I was kind of interested in that. Or when do you plan on doing it if you have?
Yeah,
all right, that's about it. Good to hear, everybody. Great show.
Yes, I did get that. It's like 200 and something pages. I've just skimmed through it, and it was really damning, and they're going to get in a whole lot of trouble. But I want to spend more time on it, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that and where to work it into the show or to do something separate. I don't know yet, but at some point you'll hear all of that stuff, and it's pretty intense. The investigation found a lot of different things along the way and vindicated me on everything that I had said, which I'll show you when I bring the report up. So that much is good. It's just a lot to digest and sort of find how to prepare that for you to watch or listen to in a way that makes sense for everybody. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, your dispatches will be on the show. I mean your dispatch is coming up next. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Happy Halloween, everybody. And the scariest thing so far is the 2023 Goop Holiday Guide. Shauna Paul went from getting busy to getting the F out in the middle of an interview, all thanks to Mother Nature. Plus, thanks to public domain, Cinderella's getting the bippity-boppity-boo treatment. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Halloween, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. We have a beautiful day with mostly sunny skies and will be dry. Temperatures warming to the mid-80s inland and low 80s along our east coast. Weather looks great for trick-or-treaters. It's a not-so-spooky forecast. We will be dry with temperatures dipping into the 70s this evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Folks, it's important that your AC works right, and you probably don't know how to fix it yourself, and you're freaking out because you don't want to be taken advantage of. But be calm and relaxed and feel like you're in good hands because Mills Air is here to help. And they've been helping since 1992. Over 30 years of experience helping people just like you out when something goes wrong with your AC. And maybe yours isn't working as efficiently as it should, causing those high power bills. And maybe you don't have a carrier unit. Doesn't matter. They're going to help you out. They could service any brand out there. The Mills Air techs are really the best of the best. Mo, who came out from Mills Air and fixed the AC in the studio, guy was so professional. He knew I didn't know much about this, so he explained it to me like I was 5, which worked perfectly for me, and then got everything fixed. He did all the work, and they are the best. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer, getting you access to big rebates if you get a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at Hangry Bison in Winter Garden this Friday, November 3rd from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner. And as always, let's start with a Stella.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state. It's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
Once you get Jersey Mike's catering with 12 subs for any event, I'll tell you, there's no going back to other catering. That would be like going back to using Morse code.
Welcome to Jersey Mike's.
Okay, here we go.
A pickle slice wrapped in a napkin.
Oh, wait, try this.
A brownie with extra olive oil?
Whoops, I mixed up my dots and dashes. Here.
1,800 catering boxes coming right up.
Uh-oh. Nope. There's no going back once you get catering at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Shop Lowe's Black Friday every day. Right now, save up to $800 on select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 on select laundry pairs. Shop Lowe's Black Friday every day.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now.
Inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can peer into the studio and watch us on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. And we're all dressed up today for Halloween. Hopefully you're going to have a fun and safe Halloween yourself. But the scariest thing for me right now is my inbox, unfortunately, because I guess there was some people who were trying to get the latest shirt at the last minute, and the promo code wasn't working because of like when it was time to end or something.
Uh-oh.
And I think I had like 4 or 5 emails this morning of people pissed off and yelling at me. You had so much time. I don't want to get into it with him. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with him. Here's what I've decided to do. I opened it back up and made the shirt and the hoodie available, and it'll go until the end of the show today. The promo code is working properly right now, and then we have to shut this down because I have to get the order processing. So if you got screwed over by that and you were one of the people who was very, very angry with me in an email, now you can rest easy, okay? Take this moment, go to getskywall.com, slowly put the shirt or the hoodie into your shopping cart, selecting the right size, and then put the promo code in. It should function correctly. Everything should be fine. It will be good, and we will shut that down at the end of the show today. So act now if you want to get in, and I'm sorry that screwed up for some of you. Fred says, we need a baby update. We can't talk to C-Lane, Fred. We're incommunicado right now. They told C-Lane that when he took his paternity leave, which is a couple of weeks, they said you can't access your email. I don't think you can log into the station stuff.
We have not heard from him.
We have not heard from him. And we heard from him right before he officially went on paternity leave, and he sent a bunch of photos of his adorable little son. But right now he's taking time to get used to being a dad. And, there's plenty of stuff that he's learning every single day.
I bet he's good at it already.
And I even said, because, my son's so old now, he's in his 20s.
Gross.
I said to Zealand, I was like, when do they start eating food, like baby food? And I said, was it 6 months? And he goes, I have no idea. He's like, I'm going to learn it as I go. That's what you got to do.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out each and every day, and you rely on people who you care to tell you things that you should do and shouldn't do.
Like ChatGPT.
That's true. You could use ChatGPT to raise a child if you wanted to. But each and every day you learn something new, and your whole goal is just to keep the little kid alive. And right now they're enjoying their time with their new son, and that's fine. Okay, we're going to take we're not. We're going to,
Yeah.
we're going to take a break.
seg.
We're going to do the next episode is what we're going to do. But let me intro it properly. Here we go. All right, let's do it. Let's do the next episode.
Hola.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
There's one sound that no one knows.
Hey,
Hola, 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 hola.
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you're just getting the exploration started.
Because you're Dora the Explorer.
Exactly. Well, then you got to work with someone who's the expert, Dora.
Don't let Swiper swipe those good rates away from you.
Thank you very much. Swiper, no swiping.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Swiper, no swiping. And Don is the backpack of your refinancing needs.
True.
I've heard that said.
Process.
What are the other characters on Dora the Explorer? Sabrina's Dora for Halloween.
This map.
Yeah.
Oh, the map. Yeah, that's right. And then isn't there a Diego guy?
Diego is
Yeah.
a monkey or something like
No,
that?
Boots is the monkey. I think Diego's her cousin.
Is he? Okay. Oh, there is that them right there?
Yep, there's a
it's an actual
swiper.
map.
You have an
Asshole.
actual map.
Yep.
That's great.
And I'm
Where'd you
gonna-
get that from?
A little place I like to call Amazon.
Nice.
It was so interesting because
People are digging your hair, by the way, on the stream.
Gracias.
They're really liking this style.
It will never happen, I promise.
No?
I have natural curly hair. If I were to get hair cut this short, it would be kind of like pubic hair, I feel like. Just a whole fro of
Napoleon Dynamite.
I may be screwing this up, but I'm getting this is a no. I mean, I mean this is a compliment. I'm getting in chat. Tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. I'm getting Uma Thurman vibe.
It's giving
You see
Mia
that?
Wallace.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting from that.
That or Fifth Element. Blaze out.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Except it was orange. Anyways, I can't reach around and put Matt back, but you can go to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was 25 years ago on this day, 1998. This band right here.
Oh, Motorhead?
No.
Kiss.
Oh,
Kiss
Kiss.
is right. You see, this song is about his penis.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Love Gun.
Love Gun.
Oh.
Jinx.
25 years ago, they kicked off their Psycho Circus tour with a Halloween extravaganza in L.A. Their opening act was the Smashing Pumpkins, and since it was Halloween, my friends, all the pumpkins came dressed up as the Beatles.
Not as pumpkins.
Right, and Kiss came dressed up as...
Smashing Pumpkins.
No, Kiss. They came dressed up as themselves.
I stupid
Forgot.
on my part, yeah.
The concert was also the first to be presented with a 3D viewing screen. So when Kiss took the stage, Paul Stanley put his blossoming bulge up to the 3D camera and said, "It looks bigger this way, doesn't it?"
That's how that works, typically.
Yeah, I got to give it to them. They made their success work for them. They made a lot of money. I'm not into it, but it worked for them somehow.
I like this song. I like Rock and Roll All Night. I would like to see them once before they all die.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know any of the back catalog. Like the two that you just mentioned, that's my full extent and knowledge of the Kiss world.
It's about his penis.
This is their best song.
This one is?
Yeah, I think so.
Someone who almost died, but did not, was this fella right here, who I have not heard from in quite some time. It's nice to see him in the headlines. I'm glad he's okay.
Shake that thing.
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul, and that is correct. He had to press pause. I was about to say press release, but it was a press pause on an interview when an earthquake rocked the building that he was in at the time, and he's like, I got to be the opposite of glue and get the heck out of here.
Oh, I think he's the one that I was talking about that was on the live stream interview.
Yes. So I can't show you the video because it is riddled with expletives, and for good reason. It was Sean Paul trying to not die from an earthquake, but here's the edited version. Nope.
I think now it's like very
He
similar.
sang it.
Like, people are really, and now it's also like there's way more competition. I think at the time, like not everyone would try and do music because it was even more like rare that you would make it. And then if you did make it, it's like, will you actually make it?
By the way, this is Tofu Jack. You're familiar
Oh, I
with
love
him.
him. Yeah.
Tofu Jack, and then director-producer of Vice documentaries, Dan Zabludovsky.
This is a room full of big headliners, big names.
And here's a Sean Paul.
It's a different playing field.
It's a different field.
Yeah.
A lot of people was like, "Oh shit, we're having an earthquake."
Oh my God, what?
No.
This is the best part.
Dipped?
That's wild.
Right.
I hope he's okay.
Did he leave Tofu Jack by himself?
He did. He bolted out of the screen.
Oh no, an earthquake.
Oh, we have an earthquake. So after some movement, his feed disappears, unclear if the internet cut out, and then Tofu Jack, I guess, accidentally brought a bit of humor to the tense situation by adding an ill-timed sound effect, because he was there to promote his song called Earthquake. Track that he, bless yourself.
Yeah, it works.
Now, we teased this a little bit earlier, but of course, the latest headline, and not about her memoir, but still involving this gal.
Britney Spears.
Britney's right.
No, why do you do this to me? This does something to my head really bad.
There's something in my pants really bad.
It just, there's something about that when you're expecting it to go the normal way, and then they screw with you with that one note, and it breaks me, I think.
Yeah, shout out to There I Ruined It. They are one of my favorite accounts. But Britney Spears, she used one of the oldest tricks in the book in an attempt to get out of a recent traffic stop, explaining that she had to go to the bathroom, or as Britney and many people call it, TT. And it goes a little something like this.
TT, my house house is right there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, pass on the double yellows. You can't
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Do you have your license?
My security at my house has my passport and my driver's license.
Okay.
I just flew from Mexico.
Okay, you haven't gotten your license yet? I stopped you a few weeks ago, and you're supposed to get your
Same cop from the last time.
That's not good.
She had to TT.
license.
I'm sorry.
Okay, do you know you can't pass on the double yellows?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, the reason for that is there's private driveways, so...
Yeah, one of them is hers.
People are pulling in and out.
There's a bathroom it's about to come out right now.
Okay, do you have any, like, photo ID or anything with your name on it?
This is the
I know
best.
who you are, but...
Yes, they have to.
Okay, you really got to carry it. Is there a reason why you don't carry it with you?
No, it's because I forgot to take it back from them.
Yeah, those body cams. Gotta love that they pick up the...
She said, my butt is about to come out of me?
No, it's coming out right now, her TT. Also, does this cop just post up in front of her house? Those are the same dude.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want you never want a cop to be like, I just ran into you a couple of weeks ago. And then you're like, ugh, I'm definitely getting a ticket.
So for the yellow double line violation, Britney was hit with a $327 fine, and then the violations from early September were a bit more pricey at $1,140. But she did get to go TT.
Oh, that's good.
Speaking of T's, this one in particular, her first name.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, not her breasts. Taylor Swift is right. And now record labels are trying to protect themselves because that's what they need, more protection against artists re-recording their stuff because Taylor done did it. Look what you made them do, Taylor. She put a dent in sales on her original catalog by re-recording all of her albums. The major music labels have noticed, and they're trying to prevent artists from following her example. She did it because she had no rights over her own music.
Right.
It makes sense. So she goes on to say that, I guess it was one attorney who represents artists for the label's position, said, hey, if we're going to spend a bunch of money creating this brand for you, then you should not try and create records to compete with us.
Well, I have a question here. Did she, with this latest album that she released, has she completed redoing all of them, or does she still have even more?
I think she has a few left.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Jesus, man.
1989, I think, came out, God, quite a few years ago. So she has a lot more. Yeah, the 1989 Taylor's version, it came out on Friday. I don't remember when the original one was. But sales of the originals have actually skyrocketed, so it's kind of a win-win.
Are people accidentally buying the original instead of the Taylor's version?
I mean, it says in the title Taylor's version, but
okay, it says that was the 5th studio album by Taylor Swift, released on October 27, 2014.
Wow.
So that's when that came out.
10
Time
years?
do be a flying. But
Yes,
obviously,
it do.
okay.
Because she's dead.
Damn it!
Now let's get into the Halloween fun, shall we? I've been waiting all month to share it with you.
Oh, boy.
Can I also just sidebar real quick? Not one person in this building is dressed up.
Oh, no. Earlier you had another radio
Nobody.
show that was dressed up around you. Nobody else at the
gone.
iHeart is dressed up. Oh.
I just passed a coworker of ours. He works for the AM news station, and I'm like, no one's dressed up in this building. And he goes, yeah, I didn't because I have some dignity.
What a dick.
They
And I
are
go-
known for their fun personalities.
I lost mine a long time ago, and Matt's going to help me find it. Anyways, if you love concerts, then you love haunted places. Do I have haunted concert venues for you?
All right.
I'm listening.
So there are, right here in this list, 11 concert venues that are supposedly haunted with ghosts.
Whoa.
The Royal Albert Hall in London.
Oh, I've heard of
Familiar?
that place. I've heard of it before.
Well, in 1930, a group of spiritualists went there to conjure the ghost of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Doyle. I guess at some point, one of them claimed she was pushed by not one, but 5 spirits.
My God, that's a lot.
Yeah, also reports of ghosts of 2 Victorian women giggling in the corridors.
Do they often have stories where the ghost can physically touch you? I don't hear that much.
Well, we just heard about Goldie Hawn getting touched in the face. Oh, that was by an alien.
Yeah, that was an alien.
That's a space
And
ghost.
she just had to ask for it. That's all she needed.
Here in the United States, we have Masquerade, Atlanta, Georgia. People claim they've heard the screams of a woman who died in an accident there. The spirit of a tall black man also walks around turning up amps.
All right.
Making the music too loud.
You know what? That may be the coolest ghost I've ever heard of.
So let's get this party started.
Bobby Mackey's in Wilder, Kentucky. Some say that there's a portal to hell in the basement.
I'll be avoiding that.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, right. You would definitely go there with like a little microphone and recorder, and it's like,
what would I go there for?
Welcome to the News Junkie Interviews. We're going to try to interview Satan.
Okay, and if I get an exclusive interview with Satan, it's going to be huge for the show, just for the record.
It will be, and we'll get zero credit for it.
Probably.
First Avenue in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Back when it was a Greyhound bus station, a woman reportedly hung herself in the bathroom after finding out her lover wouldn't be returning from war. Using a Greyhound?
That is a typical bus station story.
Yeah.
We have a rave in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, because you think raves, you think Milwaukee. The place is supposedly haunted by a ghost of a little girl who drowned in a swimming pool that's no longer in use. A dead former employee named Jack is also still hanging around.
My God, they got two of them there.
We also have Avalon in Hollywood. Spirits include a guy in a tuxedo, woman in high heels, and a piano player whose music can still be heard. The Rosalind Theater in Portland, back in the day, was known as Starry Nights, a hub for criminal activity, and the owner was convicted of murder.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he's still haunting the place. House of Blues in Chicago has the ghost of a little girl. The chapel in San Francisco was once a mortuary, so I think that explains itself. And the Rapids Theater in Niagara Falls, ghost hunters actually check this place out. Hotspot for amateur paranormal investigators. Ooh.
Spooky.
Dang. Now time flies. I guess I'll just read the headlines for you. Kristen Stewart has seen a ghost, and now she has a gay ghost hunting show. I don't know if they're hunting gay ghosts or it's just gay people hunting ghosts.
I want them to be hunting gay ghosts.
Boo, bitch.
I like it a lot more if they're hunting gay ghosts.
I will suck your blood. Also,
We're right for the dead guy.
Nice.
Thanks.
Sean, do you have anything to contribute?
No,
All right.
I'm done.
Kevin Bacon bought a haunted farmhouse and had to destroy it because it was haunted. Cinderella is the latest children's story to be subjected to the horror treatment, as well as Winnie the Pooh getting another scary story, and Sleeping Beauty's massacre. On the Boo Tube. We have Game 4 of the World Series, baseball style, Dancing with the Stars, Monster Night for Halloween, Celebrity Squares on VH1. You can press your luck on ABC, and Meg Ryan, let's see what she's having tonight on Seth Meyers. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, there's a lot of things you can do on Halloween. This thing, you definitely cannot do on Halloween. So let's make sure you know what to avoid doing this Halloween. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
Holiday magic.
is just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Major wreck in Orlando now in Orange County. I-4 eastbound before the Lee Road exit. The off-ramp is blocked right now completely due to a crash with several fire apparatus on the scene there. Also a serious crash in Oviedo. This is Fairbanks Avenue eastbound before State Road 417. Some major lane blockage in that location. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we have represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverage is artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
Work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, and 4x4s, Nations Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you're not making any payments until 2024. Do yourself a favor. Visit nationstrucks.com and check out their awesome inventory. Start driving the truck that you deserve today.
13 Days of Halloween Penance. Season 4 of the award-winning horror fiction podcast presented in immersive 3D audio.
If I am under arrest, you have to tell me what I'm charged with.
Starring Natalie Morales of Parks and Recreation and Dead to Me.
Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
How do you know?
I'm innocent.
Are any of us truly innocent?
Premiering October 19th, ending Halloween. Listen to 13 Days of Halloween on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
At Target, your favorites are our favorites. And when you can save on your favorites too, yes please. This week only, get 20% off select breakfast essentials. That's 20% off all bagged and K-Cup coffee. Talk about essential. From brands like Good & Gather, Starbucks, and more. 20% off all cereal, like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, the list goes on. And 20% off Tropicana and Simply Orange Juice too. But these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going.
We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
On the next Access Hollywood, as the world mourns the sudden loss of Matthew Perry, we look back at the loves of Matthew's life.
want to settle down and have children one day.
With so much left to do, his dreams unfulfilled. Then, New Kids on the Block in New York, the Access interview, We Got the Right Stuff on their Greatest Hits tour. Plus, before Ariana Grande's wicked big screen debut, we're on the red carpet and backstage as the Broadway hit celebrates its 20th anniversary. Next, Access Hollywood. Hey, Mario Lopez here. Join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for fresh.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Halloween, everybody. If you miss any of the show, you can always go get the podcast. It's free for you over at thenewsjunkie.com. And there's a lot to talk about Halloween related, and we'll get into a story about that in a moment. But I want to bring up something that to me is the weirdest thing in the world that I've been kind of addicted to lately. Courtney keeps showing me all these people who are on the Nextdoor app who, right off the bat, it's like a good time over there because everybody is either a boomer or is like a young person that acts perfectly like a boomer, and it makes for very awkward posts and conversations, like the one I talked about before where I think the lady said, just so everybody knows, I'm happily married, and me and my husband are doing just fine, and I don't need any of your direct messages. Don't try to slide into my DMs. And you go, oh, man, something happened there. Something happened to start that one. But my new favorite part is they have a marketplace on Nextdoor, and everybody sells stuff for more than they paid for it, basically. So it'll be like an exercise bike, and they're selling it for like $1,000.
All right.
It'll be like a used ass old couch, and they'll go, I'll take $750 for it. And none of the people on there, like on Facebook Marketplace, you could get stuff for a good deal. I've seen like pretty good deals on Facebook Marketplace before, or Craigslist certainly. But on this thing, nothing is a good deal.
No low balls.
Why?
I know what I got.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Is Nextdoor taking a cut?
I don't know if it's just the type of people that go to Nextdoor and are on the app are the type of people who are, you always have a friend like this. Like for me, when I have something that I want to get rid of, I think, is it worth me going through the pain of trying to sell this, or what should I do? And so a lot of times I'll just put it out in the front lawn and say like, curbside pickup, free, whatever.
Curb alert.
Curb alert. Yeah, I'll do one of the curb alerts and just say, here you go, take it, because I don't want to like negotiate with some person on Facebook Marketplace. But you find good stuff on the other marketplaces. You do not find good stuff on Nextdoor. Every item that she brought up, it was like a teen's BMX bike.
Yeah, brother.
That you would get at, say, Target or something. and it was $300. It's like all old and used.
Guaranteed kickflip, though.
That's a skateboard, though. Kickflip is skateboard. You can't do that on a bike.
All right, BMX master. What is the name of a trick for BMX bikes?
Well, wheelie would be one. Bunny hop would be another. You got into bad territory here.
Razor scooters. Next.
I raced BMX bikes for a very short time.
Got a regular Matt Hoffman over here.
Did you lose the race?
I lost every race I was in. And I had one of the most expensive BMX bikes of anybody at Okahili Park, where we did these BMX races. And then if you're new to the show, you haven't heard this, but a long time ago I told this story. I had this bike, and it was really, really cool. I had like flames on it and stuff, which...
Wow. How was that the complete sentence?
No,
it was
cooler
really, really cool. It had flames on it?
It had Odyssey T1000 rims, okay? That's what they were called.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds nerdy. Hold on. Let me see if it's like a thing that we can Google here. T1000 rims. And that's where the flames were. And the flames like go around the rim of the bike. So I don't know if you could see it anywhere.
Do you hear his confidence just kind of leaking out?
The flames are on the rim itself. So you know,
and on the rider too. Jeez.
I'm flying. I'm hauling out. I got all the best stuff that I could have on this bike. And the guy who has a little shop at the BMX track, he's putting a new crank on my bike. Again, my dad bought me the best of the best. He wanted me to win out there.
That's very nice of him.
And he tried to give me the best setup possible. And I go, I got to go. My race is coming up in like 2 minutes, Dad. I got to go. And so they were working on it, still trying to tighten it up. And I took the bike and I ride it up to the top of the hill, okay? And this BMX track, the hill is really, really high. And you have a picture like a big 2x4 kind of thing in front of you, and your bike tire goes against that. And when it drops, you go down the hill and the race starts and you go up a big jump.
Yeah.
So the gate drops and I start pedaling with everybody else in this race. Like as per usual, I'm in about last place. And I hit the first jump and the wheel flies off my bike.
Oh, okay.
the
Flames and all?
I hadn't let the guys, my dad and the guy who was working on the bike, I hadn't let them tighten the front wheel enough. And my flaming wheel goes flying off the front of my bike. And the fork then just hits into the sand, and I fall over.
That's so embarrassing.
Everybody's watching. Everybody just saw me not only crash, but my wheel fell off my bike. It's terribly embarrassing. And I'm hurt because like my ribs are hurt. I'm on the ground. My dad was on the like bleachers on the other side of a fence, and he comes through the fence, goes out onto the track where you're not supposed to be, grabs me by the collar and grabs the bike and drags me off the track. And he was like embarrassed or mad at the same time.
He spent a lot of money on that bike for the wheel to just fly off.
He wanted a winner, and I wasn't giving him winner action out there. And he was like, "You idiot!
You stupid son of a bitch!
I told you, you idiot! I knew you were going to do this, and now everybody's looking and crashed in front of everybody." And for the rest of his life, he apologized about that. Aww. He so many times was like, "I can't believe I did that to you. I'm so sorry I did that to you." And I was like, I didn't even think it was a big deal. I was like, I was more mortified by my own doings that I didn't pick up on just how bad my dad's behavior was. But he, to the day he died, would be like, "I'm so sorry I did that." Kind of like how I apologize to Dylan every once in a while, once every couple of years, for throwing water on him that one time when he cried. Or for the lie detector test.
Okay, I was about to ask if you ever apologized for that one.
That was so
There's only
funny,
two people that ever stormed out of the News Junkie live radio show, and that's Dylan and me one time.
Yep. Dylan stormed out of the lie detector test.
And then I had to come back because I had to press the button to go to commercials. It was really weird.
If I'm honest with you, I have never been more conflicted in my life than when we did the lie detector bit with Dylan. Because I was juggling, this is good radio right now, with, but
this is my son.
My son is crying right now on the radio. And I'm like, which one should I side with here? And
which one do you care about more?
Yeah,
it was a real Sophie's choice. I had to really think about it.
And everyone else involved were just like,
this is awkward.
Hey, can we get you a lollipop?
Because we asked him if he had a girlfriend, and then he said no. And then we said, the machine says you're lying. And he's like, I'm not lying.
He ripped it off and he threw it.
Oh, God. And he turned out kind of normal somehow. I don't know how that occurred, but here we are all these years later. Oh, boy. All right. There are some dangerous costumes out there this Halloween that you must be careful in. We seem to be relatively safe. I'm Ricky Bobby here in the studio, even though Forrest at least pretended that he had no idea what my costume was and had to do a shake and bake for him.
Yeah, he was like, what are you, the Wonder Bread mascot?
Yeah, you're the Wonder Bread mascot. Nope. Josh is Willy Wonka, and the coat for his Willy Wonka costume is so fancy looking. And then Sabrina looks fabulous as Dora the Explorer back in the studio.
I once again want to reiterate that no one in this building is dressed up.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. I don't know why I keep doing this.
At least you don't have a costume on with face paint this year, though, because somehow that makes it stand out more. They might just think that's what you wear all the time. Like, you just dress up with a little backpack, wander around with your necklace and all that.
This backpack is also cutting off the circulation to my arms because it's meant for a child.
Oh, God. Well, the one that's dangerous this year, they say, is actually people who are doing Barbie costumes for Halloween. And it's because a lot of the people in Barbie costumes are wearing roller skates with them.
Oh.
And God almighty, I would fall a million times if I tried to do that. And some of the people who are being Kens are doing the rollerblades, which other than our friend Austin... did they both? Nobody had regular roller skates? They were both rollerblades?
I think they might have both been inline skates.
Okay. So the rollerblades that people likely have not worn for a very, very long time are coming out of the closet or are being purchased for the first time in a long time, and they're falling all over the place. And they said more inline skating injuries occur on uneven ground or at night or when alcohol is involved. So when it's a Halloween thing, you got night and you got alcohol, and it's sort of the perfect storm for anybody. So please be careful out there if you're inline skating around. You know, our friend Austin, he still rollerblades. Comes by the house sometimes. He's a big into it.
I have rollerblades, but I've really been itching to start like the quads. Like
old school.
I had gone to a rink and I saw the shuffling that people were doing. Like they're going very fast, but they're all dancing in the same way.
Bus Decker can do that.
Yeah,
Bus Decker knows how to do that.
Oh my God, it's like the coolest thing, but you have to go through that learning process, and the only place to really learn it is in front of a bunch of other people that are really good at it.
And you're going to fall.
It's scary.
I only tried rollerblades once, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't make it happen. My legs kept going in opposite.
Fly on the wall for that.
direction. And the kid's house, who I was trying them on for the first
Did
time.
They have flames on those too?
No, I don't think so. But who knows? He had a driveway that was really steep. So the first time he puts his rollerblades on and he just rolls down the driveway and rolls onto the street and starts rolling away. And I put mine on and my left foot goes one way and my right foot goes the other. Good God.
You pizzaed when you should have French fries.
I did. I couldn't get the hang of it. I just had to take them off after a little while. Here are the things that you shouldn't do for Halloween. In fact, just one major rule, if you don't mind, because a Madison County, Kentucky woman is facing some charges after police say she fired shots at a pumpkin in her yard.
All right.
You're not allowed to do that. Amanda Neese did. She admitted to police she and a friend were recording her shooting as part of a TikTok trend. Police say the shots were fired near an apartment complex. They fired 12 gunshots in all, and it should surprise everybody. You're just going to be blown away by this, that they were both arrested for public intoxication as well.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's insane. I can't believe that they were drunk. It's very irresponsible of them.
My God.
Let's go to your dispatches. Haven't heard from you in a little while. Here is Speckled Trout talking about Next Door.
Sean, I'm almost 60, so coming close to a boomer. But believe me, don't think like them. And I love trolling the hell out of Next Door app, especially posts about not supporting the police or against their religion,
fireworks,
maybe not patriotic, anything like that gets those old fogies going. Don't do any other social media, no Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff.
He's only on Nextdoor.
Man, this is a fun one to troll on. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
People on the Nextdoor app are the most scared Americans in the entire country. They are, if they see somebody, and God forbid they be black, walking through their neighborhood or ringing their doorbell, a post.
But without a second guess, like take a picture of them and post it. Like, you know how racist you look right now.
This man knocked on my door at 3:30 p.m. and be aware, be on the lookout. And you're like, okay, I get it if it's like a bunch of little kids screwing with you, but it's just a guy. It's just a guy.
I saw one where because this gentleman was standing next to a woman on a street corner, they assumed he was a pimp.
Yeah, the two people standing next to each other equals pimp and prostitute.
Do you even know what neighborhood you're in?
Here is Last Chance, talking about the shirts, I think.
Hey, happy Halloween, you junkies. And I have an issue with the T-shirt. Actually, I have an issue with you.
Oh, my God.
Last year, I called and I suggested that your T-shirts have like a little logo in the front and then the advertising or the picture of the artwork in the back. That way people walking behind you have time to admire it, because people coming towards you, if you have the design in the front, they're just going to see a blur. Also, the little logo could become as famous as the Under Armour or the little pole.
Oh, yes, of course. It's going to be Nike,
like, Sean,
Under Armour.
Do you even consider this stuff, or you just like take everyone's ideas?
I could see CNBC saying they've done the yearly study of the top 3 brands. It's Nike, Under Armour, and the News Junkie apparel. That's what's popping right now.
T&J leggings.
If you were the one, thank you. We did that, and it worked really well until everybody got mad and emailed. For the record, you still have until the end of the show to get that shirt, because one of the promo codes was not working. But this is it for real. Like, you have an hour and 40 minutes, and that's it. No, I'm serious, because I have to get the order in. I got to get everything processed for all this stuff. It's a giant pain in the ass. So right now, I'm sorry about the promo code not working for a couple hours yesterday. To make up for it, you have the next 1 hour and 40 minutes to go to getskywall.com. Back to him.
Horse guy. So anyway, you made fun of me. As a matter of fact, you suggested that if I wanted a T-shirt with a front and back design, that I should get 2 T-shirts, cut them in half, and then sew them together, so that I would have such a T-shirt. But it looks like
now I feel bad
most
for everything we
callers
just
do like what I had suggested, the little logo in the front, and
You're
then
such a dick,
the graphics
Sean.
in the back.
What did I do?
Now, like, I feel bad because I thought this guy was just going to stop there, that he had suggested it. But now I remember you were so against it that you bullied him over the radio. And then you end up using the damn idea.
I was a salesman trying to sell these things, and he
told
had
him
a good
to
idea.
grab 2 T-shirts and sew them together.
Hey, for the record, I want this to go down to the official record, okay? For the record, when we announced the shirt, I gave him credit. I said there was somebody one time who asked for a design on the front and
there was
on the
somebody
back.
one time.
I don't remember that was Last Chance. I'm sorry that I didn't remember your name. I apologize.
There was somebody one time that an apple fell from a tree, and then he came up with the gravity thing. So thanks a lot. ByGravity.com.
I didn't remember his name, and you didn't remember it either. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of you, and I'm sure more things happening on the show that will get me in all sorts of trouble. But all you have to do to join us is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to those. We'll get to some emails and a man in a wheelchair on a plane where things got weird. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
That earlier major crash on I-4 eastbound closing down the Lee Road exit is now reopened with multiple cars blocking the right shoulder. Still have a pretty serious crash on Fairbanks Avenue eastbound before the Greenway with some lane blockage there. And still working a minor crash on 436 right around University Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Once you get the meat and cheese for your sub freshly sliced right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to dial-up internet. Ugh. Am I connecting to space to order Jersey Mike's? Any day now. Okay, it's about to connect. What? Who picked up the phone? Nope. There's no going back once you see it freshly sliced at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
We're all looking for the recipe for success. Maybe what you really need is the recipe for fresh. Luckily, that's easy to get. Just go to freshfromflorida.com. There you'll find all kinds of recipes that use in-season and locally grown Florida produce. Visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
If you lease your car and you've tried to sell it but can't get the process completed due to harsh restrictions from the lease company, don't sweat it. GiveMeTheVin.com is not only America's best car buyer, we're also America's best lease buyer. Just go to GiveMeTheVin.com and put your info into our super short form. We'll automatically make an instant offer that's weighed against your lease payoff, so you can get your lease funded and whammo, you're all good. All at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best lease buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing, to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. and medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to Naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text FINALLY to 323232 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word FINALLY to 323232 to get started today. That's FINALLY to 323232.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
In 1800, Elma Sands is murdered, and her accused lover hires Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr as his defense. Through flashbacks and recreated testimony, Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands, True Story podcast, explores how this case impacted the sexist roots of today's justice system.
Can we make this simpler?
I don't need anything simplified, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you.
Listen to Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
And this did not take a long time at all. It really took off. But now I think it's just basically mainstream is Ozempic. Like now I'm hearing from people that I know. Yeah. People I know will be like, yeah, I've been taking the Ozempic for a little while and it's been helping me out. And they must be just rolling in money over there. Because it's not cheap.
Without a doubt. But it's like I'm also like hearing of people, you almost have to find the hookup doctor. And it's not what it used to be where you were prescribing it after going to your primary and then to a specialist and determining that you had diabetes. It's like, oh no, you got to go over to Dr. What's-His-Face.
Yeah.
And he's going to sign you up for it immediately.
Mo was telling me the other day that because it's now in the generic world and there's other people that can use this, there's places just like for Hims. What are the other ones?
Oh, yeah. There's, I think it's called like Found or something.
And you go to a website and like if you're, it's weird because you have to send a picture of yourself. So like if you're going to go to For Hims and they have like
the one with
Viagra. Yeah. I think he did the commercial for him. They have Viagra type stuff. They have stuff for hair loss. And you just put in some photos of yourself, show where you have some hair loss or, show that, I don't know how you show that you need Viagra.
Hey, look
at this thing. It's so
just
soft.
not working.
I think they just take you on your word at that one. And some doctor somewhere clicks a button and they send you this prescription medicine. And so now you can do that with Ozempic or knockoffs, another brand, because they've got the generic there. And there are so many places that are putting this out there. Do you guys know anybody personally that's said that they were taking Ozempic so far?
More than one person.
Yeah, me too.
More than one person. And I would say one of them, I definitely would not have said you need to be on it. But it's a lot of people who just want to, I think like that super thin look is somehow coming back in a terrible way.
Yeah, and I also think you've got an atmosphere now where there are people who just want to lose like 5 pounds really quickly, and so
just give me like 1 month.
Hey, whose butt was that?
Yeah, let's say, give me one
Don't worry about the
Ozempic, and the one Ozempic will do it for me. And Moses DeWitt walking into the studio. I wonder who you're supposed to be for Halloween, Mo DeWitt.
I can't see it. Let me see.
Here we
Let me
go.
use my tiny hands here to put my headphones on.
Sabrina, he's got tattoos on his arms and everything.
Yeah, show the tattoos. There we go.
Mo is dressed up as me for Halloween.
Well
and
done, Moses.
Just for comparison, those tiny hands. Look, you see,
Wow.
my hands are not that small. They're much larger than that. You look fantastic, though.
Thank you. I am a little hungry, though. So.
All right.
Oh no!
Let
What's
me
this
get
gonna
some
be?
dry ass pancakes here.
Some dry pancakes.
Yeah, nothing beats a good dry pancake.
You're living the life over there. You never, never looked better. Never been living better.
Trying.
It was all just a few things away.
Go outside and have 6 Marlboro menthols in a row, and you'll be set.
There's a couple other things that it would entail to fully get to Sean.
8 shots of Tullamore Dew. Then tell C-Lane how good of a dad he's going to be.
You don't want to live that life. Stay away from that part of it, Mo.
Oh, so
How's
how does
everything
it
going in your
feel
world?
for you guys to all be in a room with other people dressed up?
It makes me feel more normal. I'm sorry that there's nobody there dressed up for you. I wish they weren't being like grumps to you about being dressed up like you're doing something wrong.
I ran into Jack Bradshaw, and I go, "Oh, you're not dressed up either." And he goes, "I am wearing a Zombieland shirt." How
That's
dare
not
you?
a costume.
I'm a movie fan, Daddy-o.
Yeah, that doesn't make you in a costume. You got to go a little further than that.
Apparently, the floor below us, everyone is wearing a costume. It's
they're
just
participating?
the 4th floor that has 0 costumes.
My
Unreal.
God. It used to be better,
No
didn't
bueno.
it? iHeartMedia used to be like more festive, I think.
Yeah.
And
Well,
people would dress up.
There used to be people in that building.
That is also a great point.
That's true. Mo, is that my shirt? Or did you get the same shirt that I had?
No, I got the same shirt that you had and the same hat.
Wow.
You could have just come over here and put some stuff on.
That would ruin the element of surprise.
Right.
He went the extra mile for this. You can watch over on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. They said Mo wins Halloween from Lisa over on YouTube. There's a lot to talk about. You were the one who told me about the Ozempic thing, right? How that's like much more easy to access now from some of these services.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was you. It might have been somebody else.
Awkward.
Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, it's just so mainstream right now. It's been kind of weird to watch how fast that is taken off as something that people have been using. And they're touting it like a miracle drug. And I think we're going to hear something like 5 years from now where they go, oh, by the way.
You're going to crap yourself.
Yeah, you're going to have an attorney who's going to be like, we got a class action suit.
But that's what always happens, right? I mean, wasn't there, what was it, Fen? Was that the big one that was a while back?
Yeah, they had Fen. That was the one where there was a big class action. Then there was was there ever class action on Olestra? I don't know.
There might have been. That was supposed to be another miracle substance that did make you crap yourself.
Yeah, there was a massive embarrassment factor related to it because it loosened you up a little bit too much.
I swear I already saw the call for people affected by Ozempic.
Oh, have they really done something already?
So it was like, a during daytime commercial for it, but someone's getting the ball rolling.
Mo, have there ever been attorneys who will try to get out in front of it like that? Like there's not even a reason necessarily yet to have a class action, but they go, this place has money?
Usually, no. I mean, usually you have to have some sort of theory as far as what the liability is and what the drug or the substance does wrong. I think we did talk about an Ozempic lawsuit on the show, though. I can't remember what it was. It was something kind of weird. I think it was like due to they didn't have control of their impulses or something like that.
Yeah, that was one of the side effects to this, or I guess it's like the intention, is that if you have any impulse control disorder issue, be it gambling, be it addiction to cigarettes, be it addiction to alcohol, it can make that go away for all of those things, which would make it the most valuable drug ever, I would think, if you truly could, get testing that suggested that worked. It's just pretty insane to see how fast that is spread around out there. All right, let's go to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches, and we'll see what you got on your mind. Here is Insecure Walrus talking about rollerblading.
The first time I ever went rollerblading, which was also one of the last times I ever went rollerblading, I do believe. I was 13. It was Father's Day, 1994 or so, and we got my dad a pair of rollerblades for Father's Day, and when he got something for the outdoors to play with, I got the same thing. So we both donned our brand new rollerblades about 8:30 at night.
All right, that's dangerous times.
And we set out onto the patio. Our patio was built onto kind of a hill, so one end is even with the ground, and down at the other end, 2-3 foot drop. There used to be a wooden fence that went around it.
He's going to hurt himself.
It rotted away in the 60s, so now there were just big, like quarter-inch metal bolts that stuck up out of the concrete. And my mother put those bricks with the little holes in them around each bolt to make
Literally everything he's saying sounds like it's a tragedy waiting to happen here. He's just going to put on these rollerblades and then die.
He didn't step on them or anything. So as I started to head off towards the 3-foot end of the patio, not knowing how to stop, real brain trust here, I decided if I put my foot up against one of those bricks, it'll catch on the bolt, and I will stop. And it worked flawlessly, except the brick wasn't against the bolt. The brick flew off, and then I went off the end of the patio.
Oh,
but thankfully, I landed squarely just sitting on my butt on the patio with one of those bolts squarely up my left butt cheek.
Oh, good God, man. Be careful out there, for God's sake. Okay, when we come back, we'll hear from you and hopefully your story that is something like that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. We also got a story about a big move in the world of AI, and we're going to talk with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm with jury duty. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Need to hear someone else's opinions before reconciling your own internal phobias? We got you, fam. Hey, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Huey Magoo's Chicken Tenders.
So what's San Francisco's problem after dropping their third straight? Not a thing. They just ran into a red-hot Joe Burrow. Due to injuries or bad luck, Burrow's always a slow starter in September. But seeing him at his peak versus Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, there's no comparison. Now as we hit November, Burrow has the Bengals right back where they belong, not only top of the AFC, but near the top of the league. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Love chicken tenders? Well, you are in luck because Huey Magoo's is right here in your neighborhood. And with grilled, hand-breaded, and sauced tenders, Huey Magoo's has something for every chicken tender fan. Visit HueyMagoos.com to find a store near you.
Happy Halloween, everybody. And you know it can be really spooky trying to shop for a mortgage. It could be confusing and complicated, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don. Now, that mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you 365, 24/7 with over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. It's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. So start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. with slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade, a refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Rebath. You know, any company that has great products and great services does not need high-pressure sales pitches, and Rebath does that. No high-pressure sales tactics. You will never be in a must-buy-right-now situation with Rebath. And there's no pricing games either, like other companies that start super high, then drop the price in half immediately if you buy today. It doesn't work like that with Rebath of Orlando. Still the only company that does full, complete bathroom remodeling, top to bottom, and they do it right the first time. Always stay in tune with their website for brand new designs. That's RebathMidFLA.com. In all my years of endorsing this company, I've never had a complaint. And there's a reason the big box stores choose Rebath for their bathroom remodeling business. This is a national brand that stands behind what they say and what they do. Rebath of Mid-Florida's reputation is so good, there are companies mimicking what they do and claiming to be with them. That's not true. Do your research and ask questions. Don't be fooled by imposters. Get with Rebath of Mid-Florida. Showroom 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Hop online and check out the before and afters at RebathMidFLA.com.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going.
We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
On the next Access Hollywood, as the world mourns the sudden loss of Matthew Perry, we look back at the loves of Matthew's life.
I want to settle down and have children one day.
With so much left to do, his dreams unfulfilled. Then, New Kids on the Block in New York, the Access interview, we got the right stuff on their greatest hits tour.
Plus, before Ariana Grande's wicked big screen debut, we're on the red carpet and backstage as the Broadway hit celebrates its 20th anniversary.
Next, Access Hollywood. And Mario Lopez here. Join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Jesse Kelly here. Do you feel protected? My personal protection plan is owning gold. The Oxford Gold Group helps you buy gold to have on hand or convert it into your 401k. If things get weird, I have gold on hand. I like that. You can buy coins or convert part of your 401k with the Oxford Gold Group. It's easy and safe. 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. 833-995-GOLD.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 1041 on TikTok, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Jury duty with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Also from the DeWitt Law Firm, John Bustecker.
Hey.
Hanging out with us. And Sabrina was saying she wanted to do that cool skate thing. You go to the skating ring all the time.
I do.
Ring. And you could do that thing, because I've seen you in videos on Facebook.
What's the thing?
Yeah, well, I don't even know how to say it. It's like when you cross your legs in front of each other.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Because for me, if I go to the skate, it's easy for you.
Yeah.
If I go to the skating rink, what happens for me is when I'm going around.
They kick you out. They're like, Sean, do not let this guy in the skating rink.
No, I can go in there. But when I'm going around a turn, my skates just stay straight. And I just kind of twist them slowly to go around. And when you could do the thing where it makes it look like you're kind of dancing, that's when you look cool. Or at least moderately cool. But Sabrina's been dreaming of being able to pull that maneuver off. I'm not sure if she'll be able to do it anytime soon, but Busdecker can definitely do it, Sabrina. He's able to. She was gone until just this moment now.
The costume is not easy to use the bathroom in. It's a whole thing.
We're talking about the roller skating move that you were trying to figure out.
Yeah. We can go skating, Sabrina, anytime you want to go.
Don't leave Sean out of the mix. I mean,
I get hurt.
It's probably too late. It's too late for Sean.
I think we went for Sabrina's birthday one time.
Did you really? We did, yeah.
I didn't get that invite.
This was like years and years ago, and Courtney was
surprise party.
She said, "I'm so excited. I haven't been skating in so long." And I go, "You remember how?" She's like, "I was good at skating." And she fell a couple of times and started crying. And I was like, oh, no. And I was like, come on, let's just go take them off and we'll hang out. It's harder than I remember, man. You forget how to do some of that stuff.
Did you go to Astro Skate or Cimarron Skateway?
I believe it was
I have
Cimarron.
no idea.
Was
it?
Yeah.
Wherever it was, my performance was not good. And I did not leave
surprise party, though. I loved
an
it.
impression on those folks in any way. All right, we're going to get into jury duty in just a moment. But one of the things I love every year is, of all places, this happens in Japan.
Where?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, dude.
Hang on. I got it. Hang on.
Japan.
I had everything ready, and I thought I was going to nail it for the first time, but I did not. In Japan for Halloween, they do my favorite Halloween thing, and it's called mundane Halloween. And you have to have a costume on, but the costume has to be like the most mundane thing that you can think of. And then people have to try to figure out what it is.
Okay.
So
That's what Buzz did today.
That's pretty much my costume.
Here's an example. This is a father who only wears that birthday present his daughter gave him for a few moments as he's leaving the house. And it's like so specific, the things that you do with this costume contest that they do every year. A person who is about to be late for work, but then their train got delayed, and now they're taking their time since they got a proof of delay ticket from the station, which I guess is something that happens in Japan. So all of them are like
That's
so
cute.
particular. And one was a person trying to go viral with a video of a cat riding a Roomba.
That's involved.
Yeah, they are so specific. I love how they do this each year. That's how they celebrate over in Japan. Meanwhile, this is stupid, and you've got to stop doing this. Everybody needs to stop doing this. They said there was a tarantula that was spotted crossing an interstate. Right? The first thing,
just to get to the other side, probably. Right?
The first thing that surprises me here is if the tarantula was crossing the road and two different drivers saw it, how big is this tarantula?
That's a fair point.
That we're talking about, because they spotted it as they were driving. So they're in Death Valley National Park, a place that sounds like you should stay away from it. And there was two Swiss tourists in a camper van and a Canadian motorcyclist that both crashed into each other because they were trying to avoid this massive tarantula that was on the road. And I think the rule is when you see something like this, you just keep going, right? Like you see a squirrel out in the lane or whatever, right through
Squirrels, fair game.
Yeah, because if you swerve away from one of those, you could actually cause a worse accident.
I know what you're saying, and I hear it, but automatic, reaction, Sabrina, this is how I'm going to die. It's trying to avoid killing an animal or killing something that looks like an animal, like a boot that almost happened to me.
If you were sitting there, you're driving down the road in your car, and you see this giant tarantula, and you got to make a decision. Do you swerve and try not to squish it? Or, yeah.
You know what? That might change things. I might just swerve a little bit so it can goes right under my car. But
I would swerve toward it, I think. Of all the things,
anything else that's a mammal, essentially, I will probably end up killing myself because of that.
Yeah, I say that I would just stare straight, ice in the veins, and run right into this thing.
I mean,
but there's no way I could do it. I know I
killed
did.
the German Shepherd.
It was dark. Yeah, it was dark. This was a monster. This was a long time ago, Moses.
Yesterday.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was probably 20-something years ago.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, it was a long time ago, and I did hit a German Shepherd, but it was dark, and it got in the way of my car, so I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I plowed into the dog, and the dog died.
I ran over an iguana one time on my bike in South Florida.
On your bike?
I did.
What a South Florida story that is.
Did you eat it? No, so it was actually in pain. We had to kill it on the spot.
How'd you kill it?
I found a big rock and we had to kill it.
Oh my God!
I felt bad. It was gonna die anyway.
Who's the monster now?
I didn't want to do it, but I felt bad for it.
How did you hit it with a bike?
Well, I was driving on one of the bike paths, and it ran out in front of me.
It's the iguana's fault.
Yeah.
And so you found a big giant rock and you just smushed its face in the ground?
I had to. No, several times.
Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Dark.
You didn't have to.
I wasn't going to just let it suffer there. I was trying to put it out of its misery.
And you couldn't even accomplish it on the first try?
No, because it was in like the dirt, and so it kind of just kept pushing its head down. It eventually died.
It's like the scene in Austin Powers where he's like, "I'm still alive. I'm still
My
alive
legs
down
are
here."
broken.
My God!
I was trying to do the right thing.
What an abomination! Jeez, at least I just plowed right into this thing, and that dog was goner.
It's the way that Busdecker says it, though. It's like it's very smiley, and you can tell the energy's there, but he is talking about murdering an iguana.
You know what energy Busdecker brings? And tell me if you think I'm right on this, Moses.
Big John energy.
No. Big neighbor energy. Like I see like a neighbor. You're the guy who's going to be like, "Hey, how you guys doing today?"
Absolutely.
You might be like in Home Improvement talking over the fence to the next family.
Or like in a Truman Show where the guy's like, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And the neighbor's like, get out of here.
That's what Busdecker is. He would be the friendly guy who would get involved in that. Of course he is.
Yeah,
he murders those iguanas, though. All right, we want to hear from you on the show today, and it's very easy to join us. All you have to do is go over to the website, and don't worry about hanging out on the phones. Your time's important, so is ours, and let's use technology to fix that problem. You can do that right now by recording your first dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into this quickly. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, or as he is today, Sean Wasson. He's in a costume.
Hey guys, me.
Of me. Too far.
You see how great the beard looks, though. I think you should try it for 2024.
You know that's not what I'm going to look like with a beard, right? Just because he's in a costume of me right now.
You know, Courtney thought that was him when he thought it was you when you walked in.
And then we were taking a photo for some social media stuff.
Oh, okay.
And Moses,
we'll Photoshop you in.
Moses holds up a little pancake for the dry pancakes meme, where that's the best way to have pancakes. And I took a bite of it for the video for some reason. It was horrific. It was like syrup. I don't know if it was cooked, if it needs to be like...
It was in his back pocket when he got here. And you saw him stand up and pull it out. And you still bit it.
So to answer your question, it was cooked just by my own body.
Yeah, you know what? I should have known. I don't know why I went for it. I still did somehow. Here we are. Okay, a house in California is up for sale, Moses. And maybe you're interested. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
From what I see, there's a couple of problems. It costs $1.55 million. It's a little pricey.
Not bad. That's on the low end in California.
Yeah, in California, you're not getting much for under $1 million. And they say a California house that recently went on the market for $1.55 million has a lot of perks. It's within walking distance from a major mall, spacious enough for a family, and it's located in a safe neighborhood. Those are all good. There's one caveat that might deter potential buyers. As recently as March, the previous owner allegedly used the home's garage as a methamphetamine lab.
Oh, and that's easy to clean up.
They said the home, which is considered contaminated, still contains the meth lab.
Oh, okay.
So if you buy the house, you get a meth lab with it. And they said nobody can even enter this house until it's decontaminated.
But they still put it up on the market?
Yes, they still put this thing on the market, even with a meth lab in it intact.
I mean, for the right buyer, this could be a steal.
Yo, Mr. White.
If you're either a meth dealer or specialized in cleaning up meth facilities, this is the house for you. Yep. Everybody else is kind of screwed.
What if you just didn't go in the garage? Just sort of seal that part of the house off.
You know what? I'll just wall that off.
Everybody has a room in their house they never go in.
They said it's a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom house with 2,743 square feet. That's a lot of bedrooms and bathrooms for 2,743 square feet.
Plus a meth lab.
It's plus a meth lab in there. It's now boarded up and surrounded by a metal fence. Signs warn people of hazardous substances and toxic chemicals on the property. They're attached to the fence. and the listing doesn't include photos of the interior. You know what's going to happen now? Even if you buy this house and you put some effort and work into it and you make it nice and get rid of the meth lab, it's still going to be the meth house.
Yeah.
To the folks who live in that neighborhood. They'll be like, oh, you live at the meth house, right? They're always going to do that.
Hey, meth man.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to shake all of those people who are calling it the meth house for the rest of the time you own it. Okay,
what if Method Man bought the house?
That could fit. That could work. He's got $1.5 million. I know he can pull that off. I saw him in was it him?
Him and Redman?
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's the same one. I saw
Friday.
him.
The movie's Friday, I think.
No, I saw. I think it was Method Man, and it was like all these old school famous rappers on one plane. And it was a private plane.
Was it Soul Plane?
It was not. It was a private plane that they were flying on together.
Bus decker's on fire.
The plane had a table in the middle, and they were like eating dinner. And it was like the whole thing was the most insane luxury plane I've ever seen in my entire life. I think they were all going to like a festival where it was like an old school rap festival, which would have been perfect for you, Moses.
Yeah.
But
sorry I missed it.
I told you too late. That's the unfortunate part.
Unbelievable.
Okay, we're running behind. Quick break. When we're back, we're playing your dispatches, an email that we got to get to. And we'll also get to the scariest movie out there, according to people who are panicking online today. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
Holiday magic.
is just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Accident on Pine Hills Road south of Claricona Ocoee Road. Also one now reported State Road 50 right around Hiawassee Road with FHP on the scene. Checking out now a road range with a couple of cars blocking the right shoulder I-4 eastbound after Central Florida Parkway. And still have that major crash on 95 southbound right around State Road 100 with major lane blockage in that area. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Real Radio wants to provide you with a little holiday magic.
Holiday magic.
Holiday magic in the form of $1,000 13 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do it on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer your phone from a number that you most likely will not recognize when they call back the winner, because that's how you get some
Holiday magic.
This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992 right here in Central Florida. Over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer, turn to the experts, equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Risa, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
13 Days of Halloween Penance. Season 4 of the award-winning horror fiction podcast presented in immersive 3D audio.
If I am under arrest, you have to tell me what I'm charged with.
Starring Natalie Morales of Parks and Recreation and Dead to Me.
Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
How do you know?
I'm innocent.
Are any of us truly innocent?
Premiering October 19th, ending Halloween. Listen to 13 Days of Halloween on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
October is Sudden Cardiac Arrest Month. Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in the U.S. with survival rate about 10% or less. Russ Rollins here. In honor of Sudden Cardiac Arrest Month, I'm setting a personal goal. I want to send 1,000 Monster listeners for a free heart scan with a minimum requirement valued at $699. I want you guys all to be safe and healthy, and I want my listeners to get in and get this scan. I did it, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad that I did. You have an opportunity to get a heart scan and a full body scan for cancer. What is Life Imaging FLA? Well, FDA-approved, state-of-the-art, low-dose radiation CT scan. Early detection saves lives. You know, 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Man, wouldn't you rather know today instead of worry about tomorrow? While you're there, ask about their cancer screening. It's better to know now than to wait till it's too late. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan with a few minimum requirements valued at $699 now. From your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds.
Cool's right here, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Cool today.
For 60 years, our team of air conditioning experts has been here to help you with all your AC needs. Right now, get up to a $2,000 tax credit with the purchase of qualifying new equipment.
Cool's right here, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Cool today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
here it is. Halloween night is upon us, and we've been watching all these like horror movies all month long. And Courtney's been getting ready for like tonight when she keeps saying she's gonna try to watch something scarier. I know that she's gonna start the movie and stop it. It's never gonna actually happen. But in this case, she wants to watch tonight, and this isn't actually too bad, the Talk to Me movie that we watched in the theaters not that long ago. She wants to watch that, but she keeps hinting at The Nun. And I'm like, I don't know if The Nun's going to do it.
It's a lot of jump scares, isn't it?
Great.
The Nun's really scary, though, isn't it?
And off the bat scary. Like, usually with your horror movies, you get the setup, and it's like the family going somewhere, or it's very light. I mean, it was within the first 5 minutes that it's scary time. And they just released the second one, too.
Yeah, that one's in theaters now. Is it more?
No, it's on streaming.
Oh,
Available.
is it? Okay.
Yep.
Is it more or less scary than the Jordan Peele movies, like Us and those ones?
Different. They
It's
really
just
are
totally different?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think she could take that. I think it'd be too much for her.
Okay, why don't you let her decide? She's a grown-ass woman.
I do, but every time she does, then we have to. I watch like 10 minutes of it, and I can't finish the movie because I'm not scared of it. I'm, a tough guy over here.
Oh, wow. Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
I can get through these things. I don't have any problem. Moses, what's the scariest movie you think you've ever seen that somebody should watch tonight for Halloween?
I don't know. I got nothing. They scare me too much.
You don't watch scary movies?
Not really.
Oh, my God.
I did see Saw in the theater, and halfway through the movie, like at the climax, the power just went out. That was pretty scary.
What is going on behind you in the studio there? What?
I miss your house.
Is there a gaggle?
What are they dressed up?
Nobody's in costumes back at HQ.
They're dressed as the scariest thing in radio.
Yeah, that is the scariest thing in radio, Josh. You're very right. When an engineer shows up, that usually means something has gone wrong. Well, horror fans right now are saying that this
I just feel like every comment I'm going to make is going to be out of context.
Horror fans are saying that this disturbing Netflix film that I had not heard of before today, it's called Tin and Tina. Tin and Tina.
Never heard of it.
And they said it's the scariest children ever seen in a horror movie. And the bar is pretty high for that because there's a lot of horror movies where they use younger kids and they put them in these scary circumstances. Mama. And if you look this up, the movie Tin and Tina, you'll see what I'm talking about. They do look really weird. It's Spanish, so we're probably not going to watch this one because Courtney doesn't like the dub.
I thought you were going to say Courtney doesn't like Spanish people.
No, she's fine with Spanish people. She doesn't hate on anybody like that. But they said one person claimed they watched Tin and Tina. It gave them nightmares for days.
Hola.
Which I think is kind of what you're looking for when you get that. Never heard of it, says Christine Armay, and that's saying something, but she's huge into horror films, and she's never heard of Tin and Tina.
Y'all got to watch that House of Usher, man. I finally finished it last night, and it really delivered. I'm very pleased with that.
Super popular right now. I haven't seen any of it yet, but maybe tonight. Maybe we'll watch that tonight at some point. There's a lot out there in the world of AI. We were talking about how AI is being used with law firms and stuff last week, Moses. Now there's something from the Biden administration where they're going to regulate some of this AI a little bit. So for once, there's going to be some gatekeeping and try to keep the AI from teaming up with. Did you see this week the Boston Dynamics robot? They put Chat GPT in that thing.
I did not.
Okay, good. You're better for it because it'll show you the doom and gloom that's headed for this world of ours.
It's very sweet. He talks in a British accent and has a hat on.
He does. That's true. He has an adorable British accent.
Makes it seem less intimidating.
Yeah, I think it does. But don't let your guard down too much. There's things to be frightened about. So they said the National Institute of Standards and Technology will set benchmarks for safety testing, which the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Energy will use to evaluate risks to national security and infrastructure.
What?
Right? Now, here's one of the things that actually does matter. The Department of Commerce is going to issue directions for all these AI sites to watermark any AI-created content.
Ooh.
So they have to put something on there identifying that it was created by artificial intelligence so that people can check to see if it's fake, which, how you gonna, isn't the cat already out of the bag here? Like, you're not going to be able to wrangle this. Well, now that people have it, you're going to have people who just make one that doesn't put any kind of watermark on it, and then you can't trust the things that determine whether it's real or not. But they said they're going to also find ways to mitigate the effects of AI taking away people's jobs and various other things that they can control with artificial intelligence. The future is going to be very, very, very interesting to see all of it play out.
But at least you have that shirt.
This one here?
Mm-hmm.
This is not long for the future. This one is going in the
Right in the
garbage.
trash, I knew it.
Yeah, right after the show. Ricky Bobby suit done with.
I thought that was your new look.
No, I'm not keeping this. Is that your new look though?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll just show up every day dressed as you.
I like the tattoos. I think that if you were a tattoo lawyer, I don't see a lot of those.
What'd you get?
No, there's some.
What are the tats? Show the tats. I saw the skull.
Yeah, the skull's the one that went on the best. Apparently, with hair on your arms, temporary tattoos don't stick that well.
You're supposed to shave.
Yeah,
first.
Sean shaved his arms.
I'm not that committed to this bit.
No, you shouldn't be.
And then there's some like random one.
So
I can't really show them.
I made that mistake last year where I dressed up as my co-host for Orlando City Soccer, who is 2 full sleeves, and I got the actual sleeve temporary tattoos.
Right.
It took me 3 weeks to get them off of me.
Yeah.
You remember I came onto the show and I was just like, I cannot get them off. There's only so much nail polish remover I could put into my skin.
Those are bad, but they're not. I don't think they're not quite as bad as the time when you gave me the tattoo. And that one, I was scrubbing it so hard. It was the most offensive tattoo one could have thought.
What are you talking about? It was you and C-Lane shaking hands and also shaking your genitals were interlocked together.
It was
took
very
me a
not
long
safe for
time
work.
to
And
put
at
together.
that point in time, I would go to the bar and people would walk over. They go, "Is it true?" And they'd pull up the sleeve of my shirt to see this offensive
Don't touch
tattoo.
me.
And I'd be like, "When will it end?" Well, it went on. I couldn't get rid of that for so
4
long.
weeks.
Yeah, that was, and I was picturing what that tattoo would be in my head. You see, when we were doing it on the show, I couldn't visibly see Sabrina and what she was putting on my arm.
I worked really hard on that. It was a lot of research.
And
Thank God
one
I'm a
thing,
good drawer.
one thing that's weird is it was a great drawing, but one thing that's weird is when somebody's writing something on you, you cannot tell what it is. In your head, you can't go, "Oh, it feels like she's drawing a crow or like a whatever." A skull or something. I had no idea. And then I looked down and saw that and I was like, oh my God, my life is ruined for like 4 years. And then I said,
should have done it for real, like that secret tattoo show.
Then I said, I've got enough bad tattoos already. We'll just mix in with the rest of them.
What's one more?
What's one more? Here's John the Exterminator. He's got a dispatch for us about scary movies.
It's an older movie, but I definitely recommend 1408. It's a psychological horror movie that messes with your mind and might not be too scary for Courtney, maybe, or maybe it is.
Courtney. I'm not going to call her that.
Does that mean she's skirt in the front, shorts in the back?
What did he say it was called? 1408, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. I had never heard of this movie until we watched it the other night. It was one of our movies that we've watched during October. And it's got John Cusack in it. And I'm like, how did I not know about a John Cusack movie? And it was amazing. It was very, very good.
Let's go back to that statement you just made. How do I not know about a John Cusack movie? What does that even mean?
He's a big fan.
No, I mean, I just would have thought.
Julia Roberts of male
Not so much
actors?
that, more so that I just thought I would have heard of the movie. Like the other day when I discovered there was another Nicolas Cage movie I'd never seen. I'm like, how the hell did this get past me? And I didn't know that this movie existed.
He makes
out
a
there.
lot of movies.
He makes a lot of random movies.
But John Cusack is the one that's really piquing my interest. 2024, here we come.
I like John Cusack. I liked him in, what's the record company movie he was in? He worked at the
Empire?
record shop? No, it wasn't Empire Records.
No one remembers.
High Fidelity. It was High Fidelity.
Yeah,
That was
that's
a good
the one.
I like him. I think he's good, but he was really good in this movie. And it was more of a thriller than a horror movie, but it was definitely good. I don't know what to do with this. This is from Comb That Chest Hair, and it just says putting down kitten.
No.
Very worried.
No, thank you.
Let's just see. I want to peek.
Afternoon, junkies.
Please don't do it live during the dispatch.
Having to put animals down.
Yeah, let's not, man.
I remember this one time my wife had acquired this little kitten from somebody.
Older
Yeah,
cat?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
all
wanna
right.
look at that. I'm going to leave it right there. Here's Britain talking about some marijuana.
All right.
Hey, junkies, it's your favorite Disney adult, Britain. Just letting you know, that's how I get my California weed card. Every year, I quote-unquote meet with the doctor online. He asks me, do you think medical marijuana would help you? I say yes, and I got the card for a year. Pop, pop to the wiggle, wiggle.
I love these kind of transactions in life where the doctor pops up and goes, do you think medical marijuana would improve your life?
It's not supposed to go that way, you know.
And you're like, yes, sir, I do. And they go, well, good day to you. Here is your marijuana card.
All right,
My doctor,
and credit card on file good?
Uh-huh.
We talk a lot. We go through the ailments. She gives me more information. I think she's one of the most brilliant doctors I've met.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something like that.
She's not like the Simpsons doctor.
No.
She's
Dr. Nick.
Yeah, she's a little more serious than Dr. Nick. We got a couple more to get into here, and actually I'm going to save those for just a moment because I teased this. We might as well get into it. Moses, tell me if this guy has a case here, because an airline has been forced to apologize to Rodney Hodgins, who flew to Las Vegas with his wife. They were trying to celebrate their anniversary. It sounds like a nice trip.
Lovely
Good for
time.
them. And Air Canada says, super sorry about how things went for you. He has spastic cerebral palsy, and he was forced to drag himself off of a plane when they failed to provide a wheelchair for him. So the airline goes, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have a wheelchair available. And he has to like zombie crawl himself off the plane and out into the terminal.
Coral!
Because the poor guy can't get anybody to help him out with a wheelchair. And I'm pretty sure
That's
they're
insane to me. They have people that will like pick you up and carry you.
usually isn't this under like the Americans with
Yeah, it would be
Disabilities
under
Act?
the ADA.
And if they were not compliant and didn't have a wheelchair for him, that sounds like a case, right?
Definitely a lawsuit there, absolutely.
What do you
Only
say,
had
though?
a service pony to
To ride on, get out of there.
Exactly.
I can picture it.
Oh yeah.
That, when somebody is in that position, what are you then suing the airline for? For violation of your rights, or?
For violation of your rights, not making accommodations for your disability, essentially. And then, of course, the mental anguish and everything else that goes along with that of having to drag yourself off of an airplane.
Yeah, I know this sounds bad, but is that good for him? Like the idea that there's a level of embarrassment here and people feel for that?
I mean, you're looking at damages in that aspect. So yes, the more you're embarrassed, the more you're hurt. It obviously increases the value of the case. It's not good for him personally,
Right.
But
I meant the case. Yeah.
I know where your head's at.
I mean, overall, because like, let's say Josh is on a plane and he's in the same situation.
Has
And
no
he's, in
legs.
he's wearing his Willy Wonka costume just because. Why not?
Legless, too.
Well, that's embarrassing already.
And the whole plane has been emptied out. Nobody is there to see this. And he just does it by himself. That seems like a worse case for an attorney than if he had to drag himself by all the people on the plane and, as horrific as it is, go through that embarrassing experience.
I mean, I think either way, having to physically drag yourself off a plane and then I assume you had to go up the jet bridge
him or something.
all that.
Oh, that would have been nice. That's true.
Help the guy out.
It could have. Okay. There's a lot of people talking about that 1408. I definitely recommend that. Definitely do try that tonight. But don't think it's going to be like spooky Halloween movie. It's just more scary to watch and a little bit of a thriller, and you get your John Cusack, because who doesn't like
How did
John
I not
Cusack?
hear about that John Cusack movie?
Oh, yeah, I like
I'm
him.
on the
You know
email
what?
list.
What do you got against John Cusack? What's
I
your
have
issue with
nothing
him?
against it. I'm just amazed by your love for him.
Okay,
This is the first I've heard of it in 10 years.
Who's your favorite actor or actress then?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I could go for days.
All right, you only have to go for one.
I really can't name anybody, but I usually just like look at it. God, if Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara?
Good one.
If
I
she
don't even
was
know who
in-
that is.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you do.
Oh,
Schitt's
both of you.
Creek.
How do you? Oh, I do know her. Yeah.
Home
okay.
Alone.
Yeah. Oh, she's great.
Home Alone
actually.
2, Lost in New York.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
I'm
Best
stealing her.
in Show.
I'm putting her on my list too now. Yeah, I went from not knowing who she was to totally agreeing with you. So it was a quick
But
turnaround.
like I
there.
see her in a movie and I don't go, how did I not hear about this movie? I
You
just
wish you
watched
did?
the movie.
Don't you try to keep up with actors that you like in the movies that they're making?
No. I don't have time for that.
Sorry, I'm a weirdo.
I've got
I like
exploring
to
to do.
I guess so. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk to Mo some more. We'll read this email from Tom, and we'll get into everything else we have for you on a Halloween show. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
check out our new Threads at Real Radio 104.1 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Have a crash on State Road 50 westbound, just west of Clark Road at Blackwood Avenue. It has a left lane blocked in that location. Minor crash now Pine Hills Road south of Claricona-Ocoee Road. And another one on 50. This one is at Hiawassee Road. FHP on the scene, but no reports of any lane blockage. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Selling your car doesn't have to be difficult. This is easy. Do you want the most money for your vehicle? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Craving tender beef ribs? How about juicy pulled pork or sliced brisket that melts in your mouth? Jimmy Bear's Barbecue is thrilled to offer catering services that span from Tampa to Cocoa and St. Augustine to West Palm. Whether you're planning a corporate event, a family gathering, wedding, or any special occasion, our catering services are designed to bring mouth-watering barbecue flavors and impeccable service straight to your location. Go to jimmybears.com and feast upon our catering menu. That's jimmybears.com.
Attention Florida drivers. October is National Pedestrian Safety Month, and we want to remind you that staying safe is a shared responsibility between you and pedestrians. Last year in Florida, there were over 10,000 pedestrian-related crashes. As a driver, be extra cautious and look out for pedestrians at all times. Slow down and yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. Failure to yield can result in a fine and 3 points on your license. Remember, safety starts with you. This message is brought to you by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow the mower.
Frank, wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
In 1800, Elma Sands is murdered, and her accused lover hires Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr as his defense. Through flashbacks and recreated testimony, Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands, True Story podcast, explores how this case impacted the sexist roots of today's justice system.
Can we make this simpler?
I don't need anything simplified, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you.
Listen to Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Don't forget, because I screwed up yesterday, you now have 30 minutes, TikTok, you have 30 minutes to get the shirts since the promo codes weren't working yesterday for a couple hours.
You shaked and forgot to bake, huh?
I did. I keep forgetting I'm wearing the Ricky Bobby costume until I look at myself in the video and I go, what an idiot.
Yep.
What am I doing with my life?
Same for me until instead of the camera, it's like just how other people are looking at me.
I feel normal.
Yeah,
so
it's just right down the middle
fine.
for you as Willy Wonka. The one that, when we were doing a lot of costumes on the show, costumes on a radio show, but we stream on video, and we were during the pandemic doing a lot of them because everybody was miserable and we were trying to pull them through the tough times. The one that made me feel the most embarrassed was when I was like not a troll. What was I? I was like a Smurf. I think I was a Smurf, and I had like the beard.
Yeah.
No,
that was the most.
That was the one where I just kept looking at myself and I'm like, "You are an idiot."
Not like, Carol Baskin.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, and photos of that they're still out there somewhere,
making the rounds. God. I miss C-Lane.
Let's forget about those times. Let's get right past that. Let's see here. Got an email from tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and Tom emails. Oh, I didn't even get through plugging the shirt for the last 30 minutes here. Go to getskywall.com. The promo code is working the correct way right now, and I'm sorry about yesterday. Please hold back all your mean emails.
Yeah.
You have Less than 30 minutes right now to go to getskywall.com and get the very last shirts and hoodies that are available there.
And
okay.
Sorry, real quick, while we're plugging stuff, for the first time in quite a few years, Fort Fritz will be playing tonight on Real Radio and as well as iHeartRadio. And it would be a disservice for anyone who loves Halloween-related things, loves Theater of the Mind. It's going to be a great show. I believe it starts at
9. It's going to be on the 9 tonight Eastern time. So if you're listening in another market, check out Fort Fritz on Real Radio. If you say WTKS or something, it's our home station. It'll bring you there. And you hear Fritz from the show and being on Fritz on the Street. And if you've never heard Fort Fritz, it's a really creative thing that he does. And my God, does he put so much time into it.
Yeah.
Because he's editing like he's making a scene with characters and sounds and effects and this just very involved. And fun for Halloween. So check that out, 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. Back to Tom's email. It's tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, Sean, heard you say on Friday you finally got the report from the sheriff's situation. Some of the deputies were driving their cars to their work cars after drinking. Now, that's just plain stupid, but it's sad to say they aren't the first. There have been others, and recently there was a West Palm officer who died in an off-duty crash in his work car, and the rumor is he'd been drinking also. I just don't get it. That will definitely up the level of discipline, but I'm not 100% sure they'll lose their jobs. I wasn't suggesting they would. Some of them are going to get some pretty big punishments, and it's caused a bunch of weird drama for me, too. Anyway, at this point, they really can't blame you. They did it to themselves. Some people are their own worst enemies. T. Yes, thank you. Should be interesting to see what happens next, but all of this has taken so damn long that I'm ready to be past it after I do something with a report on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, there has been a lot of action in the Israel-Gaza, the whole storyline there. They are now allegedly the IDF soldiers trying to go through these tunnels underneath Gaza and find as many of the Hamas folks as they can. They freed a soldier that was kidnapped by Hamas in one of the raids at some point yesterday. And they said they cut off a key escape route for civilians during the Israeli ground offensive, which is, I guess, good for the Israeli forces that are trying to do all this. And the biggest problem right now is everybody's on edge wondering, are all of the other Arab countries going to declare war on Israel? They've done it before, and invade Israel and attack them. And if so, what does the United States do? And all the stupid things that fall out of that. Hopefully it stays right where it is and they resolve it as fast as possible and no more people die. But I don't expect that to happen, unfortunately. And the last thing for right now, there is an update on our friends over at Bud Light, where they're still struggling over there, I guess. Kid Rock's mission to take down Bud Light is still successful.
He got it right back at his honky-tonk bar.
Yeah, and wasn't he photographed drinking one not too long after he did all that stuff? So I guess his boycott didn't last.
He sticks to his principles, though.
Yeah, he really didn't stick to this one very long, Moses. Anheuser-Busch InBev said Tuesday that revenue growth in most of its global regions was offset by a drop in North American sales, a sign of continuing fallout from a promotion with a transgender influencer that cost it sales, the Associated Press says. It says the world's largest brewer and parent company of Bud Light adjusted quarterly earnings from 4.1% of an increase. And they said in the United States, they went down 13.5% in the latest quarter. So they're still suffering from this. And it said it's primarily due to the volume and decline of Bud Light. So that continues to impact them.
It wasn't even a commercial.
No, it was just one
TikTok video.
It was one, but you know what? If that's what it took, that's the one that set the dominoes off. And now I don't know what they do to fix this. Maybe there's going to be always some people who are like, Bud Light's always stupid. You don't drink it.
Go broke.
Yeah, they're going to always say that no matter what Bud Light does. Bud Light could sponsor as many country concerts as they want.
Well, I've noticed now a lot of the country concerts are sponsored by Busch Light.
Oh, are they really?
Which is the same company.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
No.
and I love the idea that somebody would go up and about, I'm glad you got Busch Light. I ain't drinking that damn Bud Light. And you go, the same company is getting your money. They don't care if they're selling you product A or product B. It's really not that big of a deal to them. But Bud Light sales are still taking a hit as a result of that.
They just got that UFC deal, though.
They did.
Maybe it'll turn around.
Yeah, they did. That was another effort, I think, to try to boost this back up and make it like Bud Light's a macho beer. I never really liked Bud Light. I mean, I'll take your money, Bud Light, if you want to sponsor the show. I don't care.
It's your favorite beer.
It'll be my favorite beer. I've gotten into a little more drinking of beer lately.
What?
Cool.
Not too much. Guys, he's going to pound on me.
Smirnoff Ice isn't really a beer.
No, I don't drink Smirnoff Ice. Get out of here. Corona. Why are you all piling on me right now?
Shake and bake.
I just want to try to end the show on a Halloween on a good note.
Give me a high five, Sean.
No, get out of here. Leave me alone. I'm going to break. Quick break. Back with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up.
What's the beer that you drink, man? The people want to know.
Nothing special. I just have a Corona when I go to the bar sometimes. When I go, I'll get it. I never liked Bud Light necessarily. I do find my beach, and I love it. So stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Company for your ride home. Doing their best to help you forget the hell that is I-4. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Happy Halloween, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. We have a beautiful day with mostly sunny skies and will be dry. Temperatures warming to the mid-80s inland and low 80s along our east coast. Weather looks great for trick-or-treaters. It's a not-so-spooky forecast. We will be dry with temperatures dipping into the 70s this evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
I'm going to make this simple for you. You got to go check out Primrose Lanes. It's great food. It's an awesome spot to hang out for any kind of game that you want to watch. They've got the lanes where you can bowl. It's a good time. You can bring your family there, bring your friends there, but you got to go. You got to check out Primrose Lanes. Why? Number one, it's just got one of the most impressive decor setups that I've seen. Like some of the things that they integrated from the old bowling alley into Primrose Lanes, super impressive, very, very cool looking. And they have a room where there's a huge screen, one of the biggest screens I've ever seen, and all these super comfy chairs in front of it for any sports action, boxing, whatever is going on at Primrose Lanes. They always have something for you to check out. But the food is where it's at. Check out their menu. I want you to see it for yourself. Just go to primroselanes.com. Their breakfast sandwich, if you don't get it for yourself and treat yourself to it one time, you're out of your mind because that is so good. You'll want to eat like 10 of them. Their drinks are, of course, fantastic, and you'll be struggling with the menu because there's so many things that you'll want to try at Primrose Lanes. The house-made hot dog is world famous. The crispy chicken that they have is so, so good. They have a turkey BLT, they have a smash burger, and all of it is just top-notch ingredients and really done on the next level. The chef at Primrose Lanes is super impressive, and you're going to be very impressed. So go check them out. They got their own parking lot, and it's easy to park even though they're downtown, and they're right in the Milk District. So go check them out for happy hour every single weekday with half-off cocktails at primroselanes.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
For 60 years, our team of expert electricians has been here to help you with all your energy needs. So there's no need to wait or worry when it comes to your electric. Right now, get $100 off any electrical service.
Peace of mind, don't delay. Pick up your phone and dial away. 888-40 today. Get it done today with Energy Today.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
When a client comes to our firm after an accident, we have the awesome responsibility of returning what was taken away from them. Loss of income and earning potential, past and future medical bills, pain and suffering, the loss of the enjoyment of life. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our clients don't seek charity, they seek justice. They're looking to have their life back and property restored. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about your legal rights. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
You shouldn't need a degree in finance to choose a checking account. That's why we made Truist One Checking. No trade-offs, no compromise, no hassle. Just the stuff you want from a bank that cares. And that means no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and automatic upgrades. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Visit truist.com/one. Truist.com/ONE. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
At Bank of America, we asked our employees what they wanted most.
I want to work where everyone is welcome.
To have benefits that take good care of my family.
To move forward in my career.
We listened and did all that and more. It's why we're proud to be Just Capital's #1 top company to work for. Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? Just Capital used annual rankings that track performance across the 5 worker-related issues evaluated. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Equal credit opportunity lender.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now. Inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
If you don't have access to health insurance through an employer, a navigator may be able to help you find affordable coverage through the federal marketplace. And the service is free. Visit online at coveringflorida.org.
Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, and we'll get into all that momentarily, but first, thank you to everybody who ordered the latest shirt and hoodie. We appreciate you. We appreciate the orders. You have approximately 15 minutes left in the makeup period today for my screw-up yesterday that you can grab the shirt and hoodie, but this is it. In 15 minutes, the window will close, and you can no longer get the Fickle Beast X-Ray design or hoodie. It's one of my favorites we've ever done. I also really like the magnet with the Treehouse of Horror style to it.
It's cute.
And the sticker as well. It all came out really great, and it's high-quality stuff. So if you want to do it, you got everything you need. Now's the time. Make your way over to getskywall.com. This is your final warning, and you won't hear about this, thankfully, anymore. Please be patient about emails, too, because when this gets shipped out and when we print the labels and stuff, you'll be getting additional emails that will tell you your shirt's on the way, et cetera, et cetera. But C-Lane's off on paternity leave. That was something that he did in the shirt design drops that we do. So we got to figure that out. All right?
I'll take care of it.
Thanks for your patience, everybody. Okay, let's do those final dispatches. We were talking earlier about the Ozempic stuff, and yet another company has taken a hit because of Ozempic. They said Krispy Kreme, the company, they have dropped on worries that Ozempic will hit the donut demand sector. And this is actually Wall Street firms are saying they're worried about this. So it downgraded their target price to $13 from $20. They're fighting back. They said, we still believe in the Krispy Kreme model. So fight the good fight out there.
She's just going to be a little bit skinnier.
We talked yesterday how way less people are cooking at home. They also say the gender gap in cooking is widening. Across the globe, more women cook than men right now, and that's going up every single year. It's been increasing.
Oh, just like our wages.
It's the first year that gap has actually widened, and they said women cooked 8.7 meals per week on average in 2022. Men only cooked 4. Come on, man.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Lawson.
I don't cook any because I don't know how to, Moses.
Oh, yeah.
Courtney won't even let me go into the kitchen when she's in there making stuff.
Smart.
I will ruin it all.
Oh, you had the beefaronis.
That's my territory over there. That area of the pantry.
Gourmet.
I'm taking care of dinner tonight.
Also where all the tortillas are. That's my spot. And my tortillas are right by my Mo ambulance sauce.
Oh, nice.
Throw a little on the tortilla.
Yeah.
Get a little snack.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I put a little more than that in there.
That's all you need.
on a desperate
tortilla
day.
with hot sauce.
You eat plain pancakes. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Not that much of a stretch.
Oh, God. All right. A girl. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that one.
Okay.
2 of 5 Montgomery Riverfront brawl suspects has entered guilty pleas. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, with the chair?
Oh,
yeah, the viral.
The cruise boat.
Yep, the cruise boat fight that went viral as hell. And now it's gone down to this level. 2 of the 5 of them have now entered guilty pleas in that case. And be on the lookout. An artificial insemination tank full of bull semen was stolen in the UK. There's a lot of missing stuff there. So
Austin,
it's out there somewhere. Keep your eyes peeled. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get out of the way.
Mouth closed.
Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, Halloween, October 31st, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Moses, thank you for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Nice guy.
Thank you. Thank you for dressing up as me. I appreciate it. It's nice to be me looking at me. It's an interesting feeling that happens.
Fantasy fulfilled, huh?
It is. I made it happen
He
today.
might kiss you in the mouth later.
I made it happen by doing nothing. But here we go. Moses, you got this.
All right.
I know you're going to get them right. Today I learned this television show.
Big Bang Theory.
That's right, Big Bang Theory. In 2007, Big Bang Theory set designers toured apartments being used by current graduate students to see how young scientists really live. So they did a faithful recreation of the apartments, and then they tested the show on CBS, and people said the apartments were too depressing. So they redid them to make them more fun
They're
on the
huge.
screen.
There's no way a science student can afford the Big Bang Theory apartment.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess Frasier's apartment's not quite as bad, but
Friends.
like the houses that they had in Friends, there's no way.
No, rent control or something.
Those were pretty far-fetched. Today, I learned the 1998 film You've Got Mail was originally titled You Have Mail because they thought they were going to get sued by AOL. But then Warner Brothers did a search and realized that AOL forgot to trademark their iconic You've Got Mail. And so they changed it back, and they actually have a trademark on it now from the movie. Today, I learned this guy, Mo. Come on, right down your alley here.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre is right. He got it. Today I learned Dr. Dre has made more money from making headphones than he did making music. When he sold his headphone company, Beats by Dre, he got $300 million in total, which ain't too shabby. But, plot twist, do people still wear Beats by Dre anymore?
Yeah.
Yes.
They do? I see
Sure.
way more AirPods and Apple type stuff than I do Beats by Dre. I guess I see them every once in a while these days. Today I learned gooning. You guys know what gooning is?
I feel like we're about to find out.
I'm
I
gonna
stay
tell you.
gooning.
Stay gooning? All right. Well, gooning is a form of legal kidnapping in the
I
United
don't stay
States.
gooning.
Where a parent can hire someone to kidnap their child that they think is troubled at night to bring them to a boarding school or behavior modification facility.
For the gay kids. Got it.
And Josh stay gooning all the time, just getting
we should
those
goon
kids.
Josh.
I think it's more kids who are going to boarding school than anything else. But today I learned before Julia Child became famous for her endeavors with the joy of cooking, and she was extremely successful with that. She was in the business of making shark repellent for the USA OSS prior to. And finally, today I learned this guy.
Sean Paul.
There he is. He's back again. Today I learned the song Temperature by Sean Paul was found to be the cause of a woman's frequent seizures. They said this lady was getting seizures, and they couldn't pin it down to anything in particular. And finally, she realized, every time I have a seizure, Temperature by Sean Paul is on the radio.
Wow.
And
That's
so
weird.
she stopped listening to it, I guess. I don't know. They don't say what the outcome was, but it wasn't good. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yay.
We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. If you missed any of the show, go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and subscribe to the podcast. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the start.